We are the Nerd Eternal Network.
Michael cursed me, saying, "Then for as long as you walk this earth, you and your children will fear my living flame, and it will bite deep and savor your flesh." Hello, and welcome to Valley by Night, here on Dire Bear. This is, of course, our Tuesday night Vampire 5th Edition Chronicle. I'll be your storyteller for the evening, Jason from over the Nerd Eternal Network. And with me, as usual, will be Duba, playing Alexander. Rap, playing Maeve. Sarah playing Jolene. Eric playing Samuel. I feel like I left somebody out. Did I get everybody? Decca. Okay. Did I leave Decca? I left Decca out. I'm sorry. You did. Decca playing Blackjack. Usually I look at you on the Zoom and then count down, but I was still had everything up in the way.
I wasn't sure if you were doing a bit or not. I was like, wow, what an asshole.
Feel like we don't have Blackjack anymore. Okay.
No, I'd have done that back when we thought you were going to get killed.
Yeah.
Alright, so we left off rather dramatically last week. Put the map back up where people can see it.
Yes.
We were at... Poop, where did my notes go?
We were at the quarry.
Yes, the North Huntsville Quarry, I believe it's what it's called.
Yeah, and Samuel just shot fire at Grandmother Dorcas. To show her.
Yes.
Huntsville North Quarry, yes, that's it.
Yeah. A plan was made where a lot of people were sort of stalking Samuel under stealth while stalking the stalkers that were stalking him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like a room with the three people behind each other infused with guns.
Yeah, basically. Since he learned how to be able to see invisibility, he waited until all the Nos that were supposed to kill him were like right up on him, then he just flared up basically to reveal them forcefully. He saw the whip and Dorcas, and he just snapped and created a plume of fire over there to reveal them, because he knows that the prince was nearby and he wanted to make sure, yo, you see that? She here. And then the whip was running. He failed his frenzy check.
Oh, that's right. I'd already rolled for them, hadn't I?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I said Dorcas maintained her composure. The whip was running.
Yep, that's right. She passed. He failed.
Yeah. And
then it was all the ones surrounding you that I did not roll for.
Right.
I rolled for them this afternoon before we got started, so...
Okay. I remember you said you were going to roll for them today.
Yes,
Did they live?
I've got it listed.
No,
well, he only attacked one at a time.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is more they run up on him and suddenly he's a bonfire, so they have to make their frenzy checks not to run away.
Yeah.
Yeah. It also, because of sudden light, they're forced out of obfuscation.
All right. Okay, I've got this many listed, but I don't think you were surrounded by that many. Do you recall how many were around you? Was it 6?
More than that.
I don't think you gave a number.
Okay.
I think it was upwards of 10.
Okay, I've got 10 plus Dorcas and the whip listed here, so I guess I did have the right amount then.
It was 12. Yeah, there was a lot of them. I know that.
Samuel should truthfully, Samuel should be kind of flattered. They are clearly not underestimating him.
Yeah, they're clearly not. He's just like, that's a lot of you.
But Dorcas knows you can set yourself on fire.
We're gonna lure him in all by himself. Oh, what are we gonna do then? Then we hit him with the entire clan.
Fine. Sounds about right.
To be fair, nobody knows he can flare up and self-immolate like that. He's only really like directed fire. He's never self-immolated with his own fire.
And if I recall, and truthfully, if I recall, you did not recognize any of these Nosferatu other than Dorcas and the whip.
Yeah, Dorcas and the Whip are the only two he recognizes. All the other Nos are ones that he does not.
So, the assorted 10 Nos that were running up on you.
Angelina clicked the walkie, so
That's true.
That's true. Yeah,
Yeah, she was
we
going,
ended, y'all. Samuel, with his enhanced senses, could hear all the vehicles crank up down in Stoner Park.
Yeah.
So
He does have Alexander, Blackjack, Maeve, Colin, Jolene, and the Prince nearby.
and
Where?
And Scylla and Charybdis, that's right.
But out of Rot Trick range.
Yeah.
yes, y'all had slowly dropped back behind him.
We're like,
Yeah.
oh, he's gonna start a fucking bonfire. let's wait.
You know, not too far behind, because otherwise Blackjack would never catch up.
Yeah.
It's true, it really is.
I was like, everyone just like slowly back, and I'm like, okay. I wonder how many there's gonna be. 10. What the? Dorcas. Ah!
Yeah, basically.
So,
Oh,
does it
Also, there you go, Captain.
Oh, this should be good.
That will break the tie.
Hey.
And now we're in suspensive for that for now.
Yeah.
Yes, and then, you know, if you're lucky, I'll talk about it after session. For anybody listening, Dubo was the last one that had to vote on what we played, what we're going to be playing next campaign.
Yeah.
But he had to pull a Nevada, so, you know. Alright. Okay, I'm done with that joke now.
That joke, though.
It's good.
I'm gonna use that tomorrow.
Nice vintage 2020 joke.
It'll be a Family Guy reference 5 years from now.
Yeah.
Alright. So, of the ones surrounding you, and yeah, all of you see all these guys flare up now. And truthfully, while you're not close enough to have to worry about the fear checks, the light probably does unveil you. From where Alexander had you obfuscated.
It goes off his obfuscation. I think.
I
Unless
think
we
the
do
bright
something
light-
to actively break it.
You're right. There's probably a roll to be sure.
We said they were back about 30 feet or so. Give
Okay,
or
that's
take.
right. Never mind. That's far enough back. We won't worry about
We
it.
had that discussion
Yeah.
last week,
I think we did.
At the very
You're
end of
right.
last week, yeah. Yeah.
and you were like, "We're gonna forget about it," and you were right.
Yeah.
I was right.
That's true. Yeah.
Because Jolene went, "Whoop."
Yeah, they were back about 30 feet. Samuel waited until the Nos were about like 8 to 7 feet away from him, so there was no chance they could avoid being right up on this bonfire.
They all stumble back a few steps. Disappointingly, only about... I don't have to say about. Only 3 of them actually turn and flee.
Fair.
Yeah, it'd be a bit broken if all of them decided to be like, "Oh God, why?"
Well, bonfire level flame is only like a difficulty 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it'd be higher if they were actually set on fire. But
Give it time.
I'm sure it will come up. I am sure it will come up.
Maybe.
A round or two.
So, where were the ones that fled in relation to Samuel?
They were coming in kind of a circle around you.
Yeah, I'd say which ones in that circle fled? Like, were like the 3 of them next to each other? Were they sporadically spread out, or
Are they
Alright.
running back towards the invisible people?
that too?
Oh, I'm
That's
letting
Scully.
them go if they're in if they're if I can recognize a terror frenzy after running from a fucking bonfire, I'm letting them.
Oh yeah,
go on.
no. I was fixing to say, Alexander do the same thing. He's not touching a soul unless he has to.
Yeah.
Come on, it'd be a perfect thing for a clothesline. Just an invisible clothesline.
Just hold my arm out.
It's like running into a tree trunk.
A really slow tree trunk.
That's true, but there is 7 people on our old man right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
if Samuel's at the center of a clock face,
Yeah.
you've got somebody at about your 7 o'clock
Uh-huh.
that fled, and then somebody at about your 2 and your 3. So 2 of them were standing
Okay.
next to each other, kind of up and over here,
So here, and then there.
and then you had one kind of behind you, kind of opposite them behind you that took off.
Okay. So what Samuel's going to do is once he flares up, they all rear back, the 3 flee. He sees the largest hole, and he's trying to go through that hole to get out of this encirclement.
All right. So it is on.
Like an interesting donkey fella.
Good grief.
You may be dating yourself there.
Just a bit.
It's okay.
All right. So starting off with the players, since y'all knew this was kind of going to happen, and truthfully, we tend to let the players go first anyway. What are y'all doing when y'all see all this? Eric's already said Samuel's bolting for the hole.
Yeah, Samuel's bolting for the hole. Blackjack's bolting behind him, still keeping like a trepidatious distance, but as soon as he makes contact with someone,
Well, you would have a line of guys, or the circle of guys would be between you because y'all had dropped back 30 feet behind it. So
yeah. So I'm running up on someone.
Run on the first person he gets to.
No, not the people that are fleeing,
No, of course. In the
but
circle.
the people that are in that encirclement. He's gonna grab one, break obfuscation, and just punch the fuck out of him.
I'm just imagining he's just running. People are fleeing. That one guy's fleeing past me. He's just lariats the guys. He just keeps going.
If I could do that and keep obfuscation, I would, but I can't.
Yeah, I was about to say, once you do something, you're breaking the obfuscation, but luckily, as long as I do nothing, Jolene will stay obfuscated.
Yeah. And
The second I do anything or she gets found out, yeah, she's SOL.
I still think that'd be funny because
it would be hilarious.
just takes the dude out.
he thinks he's fine, and then suddenly pop goes the brouhaha.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly like that. So.
All right, so you run up and you basically trying to follow after Samuel. You're basically running up right up on the one that was just right behind him.
Yeah.
That was at his 6 o'clock. All right, give me a roll.
All right. I raised my strength last session, I believe.
I believe you did, yes.
Yeah, because I also activated potence. Okay, cool. All right,
And we did figure out what potence does.
we did.
Yes.
Extra damage.
But not extra
Yeah.
dice.
Which is somehow more valuable.
So it's
Well,
extra
it makes sense because
added
it means
onto
you're
the
not.
dice.
It means you're not better at hitting somebody. It's just that when you hit them, you're going to do more
It
damage.
hits
You hit them
harder.
harder.
Yeah.
Okay, Scully, please don't.
Off to a roaring start, y'all.
All right.
Get it out of the way early.
Ooh, this guy's got a very good brawl.
Here's the thing, though. Would they know he's coming?
Would I have
since he's invisible?
Extra dice for being invisible.
Yeah, right?
I forgot to ask as I rolled. That's my.
Yeah.
I mean, he could have you roll a couple more dice if need be.
What I will do instead is merely deduct from the defender.
Sure.
You're catching it by surprise. I'm just going to say he gets half his dice pool.
Sure.
There.
13 dice somehow.
So 1, 2, 3.
It's a nos.
And we round in favor of the party.
That still sounds like a good 4 or 5.
Ish.
All right, he got 1 success.
So
So that gives you basically 1 extra, so that's 1 damage.
1 and then 3 plus for my potence.
3 for your potent, so that's 4 damage. It is superficial. I think that's the right word.
Yes, it is.
So that's 4 damage. Cut that in half, so he takes. Just a minute.
Is it cut in half from lethal body?
Lethal body only affects mortals, I think.
Gotcha. Cool.
Let's double check. We'll move on. Somebody else has got a rule book? Look it up if you would.
I'll look it up.
Okay. I think it's the claws that do the full.
Yeah, it's not. They don't do aggravated, but they do the full damage. You may be right there. Irregardless, we'll move on. So.
Yeah, I'll check while we're.
Yeah, it's horrendous damage to mortals.
Yeah.
Tearing skin and breaking bones with fingers. That's what lethal body does.
Okay. What good does that really do, though? Because they'd be taking full damage anyway. Oh, well.
Well, it'd still be, I think, superficial for like just hitting them. But on mortals, it does aggravated damage.
That's true. You'd be more likely to kill them as opposed to just knock them out or something.
Yeah. Which is helpful if you're fighting the Inquisition.
That's true, because if just doing superficial, you'd have to fill their health track up twice. So yeah, okay, that is still pretty effective. Yeah.
Okay, so feral damage does +2 modifier to their brawl. So I guess I do 2 more damage when I attack with them.
Right.
Okay.
And with your claws, where vampires are usually half superficial, they don't half that. Still not aggravated, but they don't half it. Yeah. All right. So Samuel, excuse me. Blackjack runs up and clocks the one of the 2 biggest Nosferatu down here. Actually, big brawler-looking guy. Got like a full ski mask on. Let's see. Samuel runs out.
Clock him in the back of the head, and I'm just like, big boy, let's go.
If one of them in that hole that he's running out from looks like he's gonna reach for him, because he's aiming for the largest hole to try to reduce that, and he did wait enough time to where they're not really in like melee range. If one looks like he's gonna try to reach for him, then he's gonna try to light him up.
Okay. As you run past, one of them is still collecting himself. The one you pass closest to is coming up with a handgun. All right, give me a roll.
Okay.
Let's see. This is
you know those depictions of hippies that put their fingers in like guns. It's like that's Samuel, but he just like sets the whole thing on fire.
No.
Oh damn!
Oh god.
It's only 3 successes.
This is going to end poorly, isn't it? All right, and they use their dex. Oh. Dex athletics, I believe it is. Boy, you picked the right one to do this too. All right, he got 1 success.
I only got 3.
Oh, okay, that's not too bad then.
Yeah. Still 2 aggravated damage.
All right, so that's 2 aggravated. 2.
And is he
dirty.
on fire now?
His clothes might be smoldering and stuff. I don't know that it necessarily leaves him set on fire.
Fair enough.
If you had a little bit more roll, if you actually succeeded,
Yeah.
maybe.
But is it enough to cause him to not keep aiming?
He will have to make another frenzy check because he is currently, on fire, however briefly. You gotta be kidding me. Being burned is only a 2. That don't make good sense. Alright, so anyway. He does not go into frenzy.
Alrighty. Fair enough. Huh. Yeah, you're right. Being burned is only 2.
Are you looking in the book?
Yeah.
Okay. I was looking on the little GM screen that I've got. I was about to double check and make sure it was correct, but yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it says sample terror frenzy triggers, but Okay.
Anyway, though, he definitely screams and is patting out his smoldering clothes rather than taking a shot at you this round. So
Yeah.
at least there's that.
And Samuel knows where his guys are at, so once he gets outside of melee from the Nos, he's gonna loop back around to where he knows his cloaked allies are. So
as you start to turn, that you see Blackjack is no longer cloaked.
Yeah.
You probably heard the impact of his punch. Okay.
Yeah, his heightened senses are still active, so yeah. Definitely heard that.
Jeez, you heard the sound of the gun cocking, just like everything.
Yeah.
Alexander, what are you doing?
In order to not expose both him and Jolene, he is mainly staying back, but he is keeping a crossbow with a stake ready in case he has to intervene and actually fire into the fray.
Okay.
Right now, he's not going to do anything to jeopardize being seen.
That's right. I was not thinking about the fact that he has to stay obfuscated to protect everybody else. So,
Yeah.
so you're effectively waiting to see if somebody just you have to save somebody with a well placed stake.
I mean, Jolene's probably gonna go wreck some shit. Not lying.
Jolene, and if I recall right, you had drank a variety of potions that had you flying in the air.
Fly, lethal body, and prowess.
You can actually theoretically punch harder than Blackjack, or at least hit harder.
So what is Jolene, God Queen of the Thin Bloods, about to do?
God, Queen of the Thin Bloods.
What do I roll for taking a hit at somebody with prowess? Or does that just give me extra damage, or what?
Gives you extra. It gives you more successful rolls if you hit.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not extra dice. It just goes into the raw damage once you punch.
Okay, so like my Thin Blood Alchemy rating would go into the damage.
Right.
Okay, so I do Brawl plus Strength right now?
Yes.
Alright, I'm gonna do that.
Are you doing the Raiden thing where you just fly at them and you just hit?
She's like coming down, like if she sees whichever one's heading towards Samuel, she's just gonna come down like elbow on the skull.
Ow.
Wham!
I was picturing superhero landing on somebody, but elbow to the skull works too.
Alright,
Okay.
Brawl and Strength.
Do it.
All right. Now, like I said, you got them set up in kind of a clock pattern. So who are you coming down on?
Whichever, if one is like making way to like give chase, she's going after that one.
Okay.
Like to go after Samuel, like whichever one would be closest to him.
Probably the 1 o'clock.
Let's see.
'Cause you had the 9 o'clock with the gun, or like the 11 o'clock or whatever.
It was
midnight.
it was 1 and 4 were the two that he was running past.
Okay.
Yeah. So
Okay.
whichever one looks meaner.
That would be the number 4. He's another, kind of like the one Blackjack's fighting. He's a really big dude.
Let's do this.
And where Blackjack's target is wearing like a ski mask, this guy's he's got some other kind of mask on.
Boo.
Oh, that's. But you're obfuscated, so I will be halving this guy's pool.
6 dice I could have got that with. That's not
I had 10. I only rolled 3.
we gotta
Alright,
like save
so-
your dice, guys.
Yeah.
I'm gonna start rolling my dice.
I'm
Again.
I'm waiting for all them 10s again.
2
Oh, God.
plus his
Cycle
brawl of 3 round in favor of the players. Wow, you got a success on every dice you rolled. How about that?
I don't like it.
God.
Which still only comes out to 3 because of the surprise.
Do you want to burn a willpower?
Yeah. You know what? F it. I'm burning willpower.
All right. That'll give you 3 more dice to roll.
Hey.
Alrighty then. So that comes out to 2 extra successes. And what level is your Thin Blood Alchemy?
4.
So that is 6 levels of damage to this guy.
Yeah.
That's 6 levels of ow, is what that sounds like.
She's gonna like elbow and then kick off him and take back off so she's out of reach.
Alright.
Imagine Silly Crib just up there going, what the fuck?
Well, everybody saw her flying earlier.
In blood.
Is this the shit that Tremere's coterie gets up to? What the hell?
Alright, but that is
No, what-
still superficial damage, so he still halves it.
It's like, no wonder their domain is where all of the Primogens stay.
7 halved is 3.5 around in favor of the player, so he takes 4, which is still a substantial hit.
Yep.
So you come down, it actually kind of crushes in part of his head, and even rips that mask he's wearing, which seems to be some kind of crudely made leather getup.
Fetish.
All you can really
No,
see
I
through it
didn't need any of that
is
visual.
oh, you really need to. Well, it's not.
Yeah? Yeah?
It's not black leather.
Okay.
It's much. It's slightly
It's like a brown
lightly
leather.
tanned. Kind of.
Uh-huh.
Oh, I don't know.
This isn't making it any better.
Suntanned human skin, about that color. Anyway,
Oh, yeah. Okay, that makes it better.
It's getting into like Joker levels of weird.
I wonder where they got it from.
Someone's a fan.
so anyway, you come down, elbow on him. He kind of when he kind of half falls over and catches himself, you kind of kick your feet on his hips and push back off. You become visible, of course, when you do this.
Yeah.
All the Nos in the area pause for just a second, look at you like, what the
Yeah, so?
She's just like this the whole time, like flying in the air.
Double birds.
Look, I can guarantee you those gargoyles are being like, wait, I thought she was supposed to be the weak one. Turns
Potions,
out
man.
she's the scariest bitch of all.
Potions.
Like, bitch, hold my flowers.
What's that? So they what? Now I know what are the gargoyles calling and the prince doing? 'Cause I know where Maeve is. I know she's gonna come in there and wreck some shit.
Well, let's see. You see the prince. The prince has given her the same look that the Nos are. I mean, he'd seen the flight thing before, but then,
I have the feeling she's gonna get called to the principal's office later.
Oh, yes.
Scylla and Charybdis are still far enough away that you don't really see their facial reactions. Though with your heightened sense, you can see they're both in dives coming down.
Sweet.
But, Maeve, you and Colin were sneaking up kind of on one side. Y'all were probably hanging back a little bit further since neither of you obfuscate.
Mm-hmm.
They are wolves,
Yeah.
though.
Yes. As opposed to the prince that is both a wolf and had obfuscated himself.
Mm-hmm. Thinking about it now, I should have used those 7 points instead of learning potence, learn obfuscate.
Should have, but didn't.
Yeah, it's fine.
Too late now.
So you're kind of, a half a dog, half a wolf length behind Colin. And you see him pause and do that, turned head, confused dog look. And then he just kind of looks back at you. And then continues forward. Well, actually, he takes off at full speed at that point because the gig,
Mm-hmm.
So what are you doing, Maeve?
Can I transform back mid-air if I were to jump at one of them?
Alright, you have to rouse your blood to change into a wolf. You have to rouse to change back. I wouldn't think so. And, regardless.
No test is required to change.
Oh, okay.
I don't take
Well, that just means you don't have to roll the power to make it work.
Nope.
Does it give a rouse?
I don't rouse.
Okay.
I don't rouse for anything. No test required, so I guess I don't need to roll to do it. I just can do it. I just because it's only turned into one animal, so.
Okay, then yeah. I'll allow you to charge somebody and dive at them.
Yeah, well, that's what she's gonna do. She's gonna charge and dive at one of them. That's still in the circle that was surrounding Samuel.
Okay.
Let me roll. Oh no, and I don't even need to roll for my claws either. So when I tackle one of them down and start
Alright.
getting against them with the claws.
You're kind of coming at the left, so I'm going to say you're hitting basically the guy at 8. You know,
Okay.
in the clock facing.
You thought you were ambushing a Tremere, but you were being ambushed all along.
Right.
Going in there, you're getting your ass kicked by a thin blood.
How's it feel, bitch?
Well, you can talk big before they retaliate.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I mean, Jolene's in
Yeah.
the air, so she's like, I'm gonna talk big anyway.
They can't
Fair,
reach me
yeah.
except with those handguns and rifles they're holding.
Does she get any additional bonus, like dice for dodging in the air, or no?
No, it's still just based on, your acrobatics or athletics.
Cool.
It's based on your ability to move.
Fortunately, you do have vampiric resilience.
Thank God.
Alright, so go ahead and give me an attack roll.
It's brawl dex, right?
Brawl is
claws?
usually strength.
Is it?
I think
I
I
only
think we
did
said with your
brawl.
claws you could go either way though, because you're not really necessarily a
Yeah,
strength
I
fighter.
thought
That's right.
dex was more and strength
Claws are a
was
finesse weapon.
because it says the claws adds brawl. Adds 2 to my brawl damage. So I thought dex was because I was finesse and strength because
Yeah, I think you're right. I think you're right.
and that's a +2 to my modifiers, right? That's what it said.
The claws give you +2 to damage.
Oh, okay.
So you do 2 more damage if you hit.
Oh, I got 2 10s! But
That's gonna
none
be-
of them are in the bottom.
Alrighty. So that's
So
actually 6
never-
successes.
6 successes.
So 8.
6. I did 4.
Well, yeah, I know. +2 for your
2.
claws.
Yeah, so 6.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. And
Which
there's
is-
8.
Oh yes, that would be 8 damage. Well,
Yeah.
8 damage minus whatever he rolls.
Yeah.
Alright, so he's using his dex to get out of the way and his athletics. You were not invisible, so he has enough of a warning. Basically, just where
But
he was
he's
turning
thinking
to see
a
Blackjack.
wolf is
that,
about to attack him.
I
And then all of a sudden,
It's enough that he gets his
Made
full
him.
dice, his full pool anyway.
I did.
Unfortunately, he is not really the brawler type.
I heard like 2 dice.
He rolled 4. He's not that sorry.
Okay, fine.
All right, so he rolled 2 10s. So that
That's
is
4.
4.
Out of my 8. So I do 4 damage.
Yep. You do 4
All
damage.
superficial, straight superficial, none halved.
Yes, no having though. So he takes 4 and looks horribly clawed up.
You thought this SOP was ugly before. Oh, you ain't seen nothing yet.
Oh, he was plenty ugly before.
Scully. Stop it. Oh.
Man.
But mom,
She's trying to eat my taco that I'm gonna eat later.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
plenty ugly.
yeah.
A face only a grandmother could love.
And even then, not for very long.
Yeah, you've been just enough to send out as, like, meat shields.
Yeah.
But we're in that picture. He's trying to look intimidating. Maeve, you see raw, unfiltered fear in his face. It's like it's all he can do not to scream, get it off, get it off, get it off.
I just imagine they're like, all right, so we got this one Tremere. Fire! Flying thin blood! Bruja!
It's like, wolf. Oh fuck, no, that's a gangrel.
Oh no, there's another one.
That's the oh shit! It's the prince.
I think the prince is probably gonna wait.
Abort.
All right,
Prince is
so
probably going to grandma.
that only
Think that
so
wolf's going to grandma's house.
Yes.
Part.
I'm both ashamed of you for coming up with that and ashamed of myself for not coming up with it.
Jason, I've been dealing with these chuckle fucks for almost a decade now.
It
Where
feels
you
like
do
a
it.
decade.
It
It hasn't
does.
been a
Has it
decade.
not?
It's
feels like it
5. It's half.
Really? Wow.
It's 5 decades. Because I think I met you a year after me and Duba started dating, and we're
That's
already 6
right.
years together.
Yeah.
Game.
All right, so Alexander, everybody you had obfuscated is now visible. Do you want to take a shot at somebody, or are you going to stay obfuscated so that you can ambush if necessary?
He is going to stay obfuscated for ambushing purposes if need be.
All right.
Just sitting back admiring everyone like, hot damn.
I'm so proud of them.
I did good.
It's more of he's probably sitting there thinking, at least I know Samuel didn't have to do this alone.
Yeah.
All right. So as things unfold, Scylla and Charybdis had gone into a dive. They both fade into view as they essentially do what Jolene did. They just sort of, except where she kind of sprung back off to get some distance. They just kind of crash into him, knock him to the ground, and then they just own the ground.
Yeah.
She's just a little bit squishier than gargoyles.
Yes, they have the fortitude to go along with their potency.
Mm-hmm. Like, I looked up gargoyles. Holy shit.
Well, they were built to be guards and fighters.
Yeah.
So.
They're flying tanks, is what they are. They are M1. They're an M1 Abrams on legs and wings.
Full-fledged tank paratroopers.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anyway, they come down and they're scrapping with basically on the clock face like 10 and 11.
Blackjack had to bounce away or something.
You what now?
Since Blackjack had to kind of hey.
Well, no, you're fighting the guy that's at 6.
Okay.
You have 6, I have 4.
Yeah.
5, basically.
No, 5. 4 was the one that had the gun, or was it?
Yeah,
the
3
one
and
that had the
4 were
gun?
the ones that were, well, 2. We don't have 12s. I don't have every hour taken up. It was like 2 and 4 that were running on that side.
But what is the prince doing?
Let's
Or
see.
Colin.
That's true.
Mhm.
Prince and Colin.
All right, that one played. That's the one you hit. Colin would probably dive on the same one Maeve dove on. Because he's coming in from the same angle, that's just the closest one.
Mm-hmm.
The next closest one of them was running and the other one is currently fighting Scylla, so... Most of these guys I'm not going to bother rolling for, but since Colin is dealing with somebody a player is dealing with... Alright, he got 4 successes. Which is all the dice this poor guy gets. He gets 3 successes. Colin doesn't bother to shift back. He tears into him just as a wolf. Does the classic wolf leap for the throat, clamps down the guy and drags him to the ground and just sitting there kind of worrying it.
Start shaking him.
Kind of like a dog if it gets the end of the towel that you're holding.
Oh yeah, the classic. I had the end of the toy and just like starting a thrash bout.
Hey, Jason.
The Nos struggles for a second and then kind of goes still. You think he may be in torpor now?
Oh God.
Hey, Jason, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Samuel's sire knows when and where this was going down. Did he come too? Is he with the trucks? I don't think we talked about that because we were.
No, actually, we. I think he may be the one NPC in this game that we didn't discuss where he was going to be at during this.
Who?
Yeah, Samuel's sire, Henry.
Mm.
The other Tremere.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I don't know. Would he have stayed because it might have tipped off Alejandro if he just disappeared as well?
We'll go with that. We'll say he had something he had to do
Yeah.
with the chantry and couldn't get out of.
Okay.
Well, I mean
Sorry.
that would make the most sense because
Yeah.
again, Alejandro is being suspicious of shit anyway.
True. Where's Samuel? He's running an errand for me.
Smash cut to the coterie. Rolling.
Yeah.
A small errand, very insignificant.
Yep.
Nothing important.
All right.
Smash cut to Elmo in front of the fire. It's like.
The prince runs in. After the one Jolene had hit.
Oh man. I have my fun, man.
No, I'm sorry. I completely forget thinking that Dorcas was visible.
Yeah.
He streaks past the fight. He's headed towards that little bluff she was on. So he is actually still he is still obfuscated, so only Samuel would actually see this.
Yeah. He's like, well, that's going to be interesting. Even if he didn't see it, he'd probably hear the. But yeah.
It's true. It is an unnaturally fast wolf.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
Combination of heightened senses and sense the unseen. Samuel's a damn radar.
Wolf just do a sonic boom. What's
Sonic boom.
Dorcas pulls back away from the ledge she was standing on, getting out of your sight, out of your line of sight. And then all the other Nosses get to go.
Okay.
The three that are running away continue to run away. One... Actually, I couldn't think of that. I don't think any of them had. I don't guess any of them had the enhanced speed. Let me see.
Who knows?
Well, it's not a common NOS ability, so somebody Dorcas's age would probably have invested in a little of it, but
I got points to them somewhere. Let's just dump it in speed. Already maxed out every other stat.
okay. Most of the ones running away begin to cloak themselves in shadows as they get some distance off.
Are they attempting to get distance?
You what now?
They're attempting to get distance?
Well, the three that are running away are just running away as fast as they can.
Oh, okay. Fair enough.
And, hiding the first chance they get. So as soon as they hit a patch of shadow, you don't see them no more. Except,
That's fine.
Samuel. Alright, the one on Jolene. Oh, you're lucky. He is...
10 feet in the air.
Yep, you're lucky. He is one that does not have a gun. He just sort of howls and looks at you. And then proceeds to crank his chainsaw.
Shit!
Okay, fair. Fair.
He brought a chainsaw. Okay.
So,
Okay.
I'm glad we discussed all the weapons these guys had last week, huh?
Chainsaw.
So the
Limp
concealed
Bizkit's on waiting
carry
to happen.
chainsaw.
Because there's a lot of propellant in there.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh yeah.
And yes, Otter, you came in at just the right time.
Oh man, hello Otter.
Chainsaw's always
Get in
coming.
chat.
Jeez. Hello.
Oh, jeez.
Thought my desk was crazy.
Welcome to utter chaos. We'll
But he
be here
can't
for
reach
another
Jolene
day.
with said chainsaw, so who is the next closest to him?
Gonna yeet the chainsaw.
Yeet the chainsaw. Wow.
Don't tempt me.
I mean,
He's
Blackjack
certainly got the
yeeted
potence to do it.
car.
He certainly got the potence to do it.
Mm-hmm.
You could try.
Oh.
I mean, but would it cut
Oh.
off?
Oh.
If he starts throwing it?
Oh.
no.
I'm sorry, Jolene. I may have told you wrong.
Does he have the chainsaw gun from like Years of War?
No, but he does have the ability to leap. I had forgotten that. I do apologize. I'm awful sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Soaring
You
leap with a
are.
chainsaw.
All right.
So,
It's
so
a
Jolene, how
rule.
good can you dodge?
So he's
Yes,
got
I
a
gotta
pretty
go
good
get
melee skill.
There is
I'm going to give him
Like-
the disadvantage of making him use his dex instead of his strength because he's jumping at you. Let's replace that because he's only got a 200 at the moment.
This is gonna turn into Resident Evil 4 real quick.
I'm just linking that because there is, and it's somewhere like for midair brawl, or like trying to carry, drop kind of thing, grabbing, carrying aloft an unwilling subject.
All right, dice pool strength.
It's at the bottom. Grabbing and carrying aloft an unwilling subject or pulling the flyer to the ground both require a contest between the alchemist's strength plus alchemy and the other's strength athletics.
Well, he's not trying to grab you. He's trying to hit you with a chainsaw.
Yeah, but if that comes up, I just have that.
Yes,
like-
yes, absolutely. That's okay. So give me a dex athletics
Cool.
to try to dodge this.
This will go great, guys. I have 2 dice.
They can both crit. It's fine.
He's only got one success, so you don't have to roll that well.
So they
Good.
roll one success.
And you didn't roll that well, but you rolled well enough. Ties
I
go
rolled-
to the
I rolled
player.
half, because I only got 2 dice.
I mean,
50%
you still
success
won.
rate.
Yeah.
So you see this guy wearing this leather mask. That you realize on this side of it, part of the mask is clearly a face.
Oh, that's classy.
Think like the cover of the Necronomicon in Armies of Darkness.
Really classy.
But he's leaping at you, still howling with a chainsaw in both hands. As you kind of kick at the air to try to get more altitude as quick as you can. You feel the chainsaw
Classic.
brush your pants leg.
Oh jeez.
Before he starts his downward arc.
No.
It's fine. Just go punch him again. Everything will be all right.
Go punch him, I dare you.
Just crack.
No.
Come on, you were talking big earlier. Go take that chainsaw and feed it to him.
So I have to ask because now this guy's about to fight me. What's 6 o'clock fighting with?
He has got a sidearm,
And a ballista.
but when he turns around to fight you, it's just these mitts.
Good.
Got a sidearm and these guns.
I've got these guns.
Like a pea shooter versus a howitzer.
Exactly.
Alright. Strength and brawl, Dicka.
Got it.
Oh shit! Might be
Oh,
two
how do
howitzers. There might be two howitzers going off. Let's see how this goes.
Unstoppable force, immovable
successes.
object.
4 successes.
Okay, I'll take a hit.
So that's 1
fine.
extra plus, let's see, it's each level of potence is giving you extra damage, so 4 points of
Well,
damage.
I have prowess activated.
What does prowess
That's why
do?
I,
Oh, that's right.
That's what's giving me. Yeah.
Yeah, he's got 3 dots of it, so he's got, yeah.
Does he have it activated? That's the thing.
Yeah, because he was going into a fight with,
Sure. Okay, that's fine. And then I have.
so that's 4 points of damage.
Phenomena.
It's superficial, though, and you're a vampire, so you have that. You only take 2.
Half that, and then fortitude also. I have toughness that subtracts fortitude rating from all superficial damage sustained.
How much fortitude do you have?
3. I ain't taking.
Okay, you just tank
damage.
it. It's just a thump. I mean, it's a good lick, but you just got a thump. His eyes widen slightly, and then you see him smile.
You and me both, buddy. Let's do this.
All right.
This is gonna turn into like a scene from one of the Rocky movies, real quick.
Let's see. The one's fighting Scylla and Charybdis. You know, they're just exchanging blows.
Mm-hmm.
The one Colin's own. Him and
Was the
Maeve
one
have
that
taken
Maeve was
that
on.
one down.
So Maeve stands back up after that, looking around.
I made a mistake. I accidentally marked the one that was running as dead instead of the one y'all jumped on. But all right, that one's gone now. All right, so that is the fighter, the leather-faced guy. Those two are running. The one Samuel set on fire. Oh yeah, I said he was patting his clothes out.
Mm-hmm.
They didn't flare up and stay on fire, but there was enough little flame that's got him distracted for the round.
Yeah.
Which just leaves the woman at 12 o'clock. She has got a shotgun. And seems to be in a little bit of a panic as to what she should do. Even, she shoots at Samuel. Odd, she shoots at Charybdis because those are the two closest to her.
Mm-hmm.
What the hell is that, Sarah?
I just put punch in GIF finder and that came up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair.
Just random gifts for your session needs.
All right, I believe I said even was Samuel. Y'all distracted me with gifts. All right, so she is taking a shot at Samuel with her shotgun.
Okay.
So dexterity, athletics.
Just I imagine he hears the shotgun cocking, so it's not like it's a surprise, especially with heightened senses.
Yeah.
Well, there's also the fact that he was kind of looking back in that direction. You know, when he set the guy on fire, she's kind of the next one he'd see.
Mm-hmm.
And she takes that moment of kind of panic, you know, then just picks one and fires.
4.
All right, she got 1 success, so
Okay.
you have no problem avoiding her shot.
Back.
And then we are back to the players.
Question.
Yes.
That one with the chainsaw. He's still in midair, right?
Standing.
He said he was starting his arc back down.
I mean, if we're going off each person's round is 6 seconds, he would have been back down.
Yeah,
by now.
yeah.
Fair.
Gravity's, you know.
How far away?
He's not going to be in the air that long because he was only jumping up to 10 feet or so to reach
Fair.
her. So.
So how far away is he from everybody else?
Let's see. He leapt at Jolene. He's more or less in the middle of that circle of people. He ends up landing about where you were standing before you took off.
Shit. Okay, never mind then.
So, certainly close enough you can try to set
Do
him on
not set off
fire.
an explosive in front of your coterie.
Well, here's the thing: is I wanted to try to hit the fuel tank.
I know. Do not set off an explosive in front of your coterie.
Which would detonate
do.
all over everything, and then
It's not
Colin
that
and
big of a
Maeve.
thing.
Now,
And-
keep in mind, they had gotten within like 15 feet of you, I think, when you flared up.
Yeah, about 10 feet of me when they flared up. Yeah.
You're right, 10 feet, and then they stumbled back a little bit, so they were probably 15 away once everything went down.
Okay.
So that means your closest party member, or coterie member, is,
10 feet above them.
10 or 15, well, fair enough, 10 or 15 feet away. And you're not talking about a car's gasoline tank.
that's true.
You're talking about something about like you'd have on an average push mower
Chainsaw.
or a or a chainsaw, but
Okay. So theoretically, I wanted to blow that up.
Theoretically.
Let's see, theoretically, you actually want to blow that up.
It would be easier probably just to hit him because he's a big target. This thing is small and he's waving it around. So I would still use his athletics probably. His roll, and you can probably give him a couple extra dice in defense against it.
I wasn't aware he was currently waving it.
Trying to
Well, he's in
spark
motion,
something out of the
comes
air.
down, he lands, he stands back up, he turns back around looking at Jolene, It's in motion.
Okay, in motion. I think it's going. Okay.
If it was an unattended object, you'd have absolutely no trouble doing it. But
Fortune favors the bold. I'm gonna try it.
Oh, jeez.
Do it! Did you rouse your blood to get extra dice or something?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, it wasn't anything that's gonna help this, though, is it?
Mm-mm. Well, no, actually, it is.
Huh?
An extra dice. If I managed to succeed in the blood of potency before the fight, that would have been more dice. But I failed that one.
yeah. Okay. Yeah, not a great roll. It was not such a bad roll.
So 4.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
All right, he got 2, so you still hit with 2. Let's see, aggravated damage.
Fire plus accelerant equals.
All right, first he has got to make a frenzy check.
That's it, because I'm doing this because we have clarified that everybody is at least 15 feet away.
Yeah, it's not going to blow up big enough to.
Yeah.
If you were doing this to a car, people would be in trouble. But
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
We've already done that once.
No, I took out the tires.
You didn't blow up the gas tank on that one car during the fight?
I believe Maeve shot it.
Oh.
Yeah,
shot
Maeve did that.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Well,
Wow, that's a lot of ones.
when
Nope, those 2 are
Blackjack
successes, so that's all we
gave
got to have.
Maeve a good thing to shoot, why not?
Like exposed the tender underbelly of the car.
He
The
did.
succulent underbelly.
He tossed
underbelly
it.
of the car meat.
All right, and the fire does a little aggravated. He's really just taking the damage from the gas, though, not from the lure of flames.
Yeah.
But unlike with your ability that just kind of hits him with fire and it's gone, he has burning gas kind of clinging to him. So he's going to be dealing with that for a round or so.
Mm-hmm.
He also, of course, immediately throws away their now ruined chainsaw.
It's not some shit where it's like mid-rotation and it sticks into somebody, is it?
No.
Okay, good. just like throws it, like caught someone's face.
Ow.
You're so horrible. Awesome.
For a Nos, though, oh, his face improved.
God.
Oh.
He looks a little better.
Well, he's got that leather mask. It would burn before his face.
No, we're talking about the chainsaw hitting somebody in the
Oh,
face.
The chain gets like stuck mid rotation, just wraps around.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
And Samuel's gonna keep on his trek to sort of loop around a little bit behind the big bruiser so he can do long range fire support.
Okay, so you're kind of circling back around where most of the party is, kind of back around where
Yeah.
Blackjack and Jolene's still floating there in the air.
Well, this
Plan.
time you can do your elbow drops.
And then he's gonna be sniping people with fire because he knows he's not a frontline combatant.
No, he's the artillery piece at this point.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
Sarah.
All right.
Contribution to this in every game is just gifts.
What is Jolene going to do?
How on fire is he?
Oh
Like,
boy.
excessively on fire, or
He's got a little gas splashed here. You know, he's not like, Hollywood stuntman that they set on fire and he's staggering away.
it's not like Pink Floyd cover on fire or anything.
But the gas hit his shirt and it soaked in, so the shirt is on fire.
She couldn't safely get a hit in on him without having to do a frenzy roll, probably.
No, she would have to. I would say she could hit him without having to worry too much about punching into the fire. Because he was like this, so it's mostly on this side, so she could come down and punch him kind of over here. But you would be close enough and directly trying to interact with him, so yeah, you'd have to make the forensic check.
The fire's having fun with him right now. How's the guy with the gun look? No, the lady with the shotgun, actually.
Yeah.
She's
How's
been
she
untouched. Nobody has done anything with her. She just still
Like
looks kind of
friend.
panicked.
Brawl
Superman
strength.
punch.
Oh, death mask.
Just
Yeah.
force it.
Just double checking to make sure that wasn't a crit.
No.
too.
Though I figure you would have said something if it was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I hear children. Yep. I thought it was over curse.
All right, this is Brawl. She got one success.
Okay. So the 4 from the alchemy boost and
3 extra successes.
3 additional. And she's gonna kick back off again.
7 damage.
Now, was this one also an elbow drop, or do you do like the Superman dive and just kind of hit and keep going, back up?
She might try and circle behind the lady and just hit her in the back of the neck and try and drop her.
Sounds like something that would work on a mortal anyway.
Yeah. She's only been a vampire for 5 years, if even.
Really hasn't done a lot of brawling as a vampire.
Not really.
All right, so that is 7 on her, 7 damage. Half because it's superficial.
Mm-hmm.
So that becomes 4 because I round in favor of the players. You feel bones break under that punch. Probably like one of her collarbones, or maybe even the shoulder blade.
Gets her to drop the gun. That's good.
Let me give her a stamina roll and see if she drops it.
If she does
Ow.
drop it, could I make some kind of roll to try and grab the gun from her?
Difficulty 2, but she only got 1. Yes, she does drop the shotgun.
What kind of roll would I have to make to try and snatch that gun and before she dives back up?
Oh, dexterity for sure. I would say dexterity. Give me a dexterity athletics.
Okay. 2 days.
And you're going to need 2 successes because you've already taken an action and, you're trying to catch it kind of on the fly.
Yeah, no.
No pun intended.
Pun totally intended.
Only one.
Okay.
Oh well. Just kind of scrambles forward and is like, nope, nah!
You realize,
One.
you start to go for it and you realize, I'll plow right into the ground if I do.
I'm in danger.
Maeve. You and Colin have taken down one of them.
Mm-hmm.
Blackjack's duking it out with another big guy.
Just Blackjack has this aura like nobody fuck with this. This is what he. This is all.
Blackjack's just a little bit taller than this guy, but this guy's a little bit broader than Blackjack.
Ooh.
They're like a brick shit house.
Alright, which is free to attack?
All of them.
Left.
You guys play Final Fantasy. You know how.
All right.
this
Well,
works.
you see the leather masked guy kind of out in the center. He's got a little bit of fire on him, but nobody else is engaging with him right now. Blackjack's brawling with that guy that's closest to you. Scylla and Charybdis are brawling with a couple. You see Jolene land a good. You can hear the crack of bone from where you're at when Jolene's hit. You've got one that Samuel set on fire. That he's pretty much got his clothes put out now, and he's got his gun up, and it's clearly trying to pick his target. Looks to be basically spinning around to shoot at Jolene.
And she's gonna go and tackle that one to the ground.
Alrighty.
La Hunter style.
Mm-hmm.
Left 4 Dead 100.
Exactly. Actually, she's gonna rouse her blood.
Hmm?
'Cause I don't think I did that. I get hungry. It's fine. Then we're gonna put that point into here. Extra for all. Okay. Okay. Now I will do that. And then 7.
Okay.
Jesus.
That's pretty much what this guy's going to be saying.
Plus
I made a
2
mistake.
extra damage, so technically 9 because of the claws.
Alright, so strength and brawl. He gets 1 success.
He takes 8 damage. 8 superficial.
You try.
Which cuts down
was his
to
entire track.
4.
And then he
Which-
starts taking
which-
aggravated after that.
I'll say which doesn't cut down to 4
It
because
doesn't get
claws.
cut down because claws.
Oh, claws! You're
Yeah,
right.
damn it.
You're right. That
Yeah,
was
no.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, claws. See, he doesn't. It just full.
Just like. I just
They're
picture
best-
like you're not even shackling. You just like just claws to the chest like.
All right. So counting the aggravate he took earlier, he's taking a full 10 damage.
Oh shit.
How much health does this guy have?
Not 10.
Good answer. Good answer.
Yeah.
Oh, Otter has redeemed a hydrate.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, I have water.
So do I.
I don't have a drink on my desk.
You had soda.
And you are a failure.
Wow.
Ow.
What happened
Yeah.
to your soda
I-
you said you had?
It's in my
He does not need
fridge.
Soda.
He needs to hydrate.
He does not need to hydrate with soda.
You need to keep bottles of water in your fridge, bro.
I should go get bottles of water from my fridge.
If
have
you need a
some in your
couple of
fridge?
seconds. Not in his fridge in his room.
Oh.
In the
Wait
kitchen
for it.
fridge.
Yeah, I've got that thing that
Does
is
that
full of
thing have-
soda.
Okay, never mind.
He doesn't need it full of soda, and the next time we go over, Zay, we're gonna take all of his soda.
Yeah, we're just gonna take all the soda. We'll leave like some water and like some flavored Mios.
Or, I can just be a complete stealthy gremlin and just take the whole fridge. Just
We could do that too. We could do that too.
See, Josh, you take the whole fridge. I'm making sure you move in with me early.
Well, I am glad that Auto redeemed that because that reminded me to turn on the stream tabs where I can keep up with the other kind of points
Mhm.
and stuff because I had totally forgotten that. Luckily, nobody has redeemed anything.
Well,
We've gotten a couple of follows. No, excuse me.
Hey.
One of those was 20 hours ago. That was not us.
Oh.
The one 5 minutes ago, that was probably us.
You know what?
Oh,
Just because.
and Vancouver by Night is hosting us. Very nice.
Hey,
Yay,
sweet.
thank you, Vancouver.
Branded Hart has just redeemed a stretch.
That's just him. It's fine.
that's me.
Oh. Well,
Because
we
I
can still
can't, because I
stretch.
can't hydrate. I'm gonna redeem a stretch.
Oh God! Don't show the belly on stream.
I don't care. I'm old. I'm also fat. I don't care.
Okay, so the guy with not 10 health.
Okay, so the guy with not 10 health goes down. Blood and viscera go everywhere.
Yes.
He has this look of wide-eyed horror on his face.
Mm-hmm.
Years?
Being a vampire, you don't figure this is the final death for him.
Yet.
Yeah.
Fair. Yet. We'll see what the prince does about that.
All right. So that was... Where were we at? Oh, yes, that was Maeve.
It's Maeve.
So we still got Blackjack and Alexander.
Blackjack, what would you like to do?
Boxing this guy.
1v1.
1v1 me, bro.
1v1 me, bro.
Nos versus Bruja, let's go.
I'm in this corner.
Well, that's the funny
Yes!
thing is,
Yes!
Nosferatu
Oh, Lordy.
actually can go
That's,
either way.
That sounds like a lot of...
Successes.
All
Ow.
right, that's 8. Luckily, 1, 2... This
Ah.
guy is somebody that's actually good at what he does, so...
Hot
Mhm.
damn, Blackjack.
Succeeded on all my dice.
There
Except
you
for
go.
my hungry
That's
dice.
the way to do
Tiny
it.
chef kiss. Tiny
Nice.
chef kiss.
2.
Yeah, he got two tens. That's 8 successes.
Yeah, so we got 8 successes.
All right, so
minus-
this guy got 5 successes.
Plus the 2
Uh-huh.
from the... Oh,
No.
So that's
no,
3
no, that's
extras.
on the pause. Never
Plus
mind.
3 extras from Potence. So,
Well, three extra successes, past what he rolled. So on just the
Right.
roll, plus the
3 of
3.
that. 3 from Potence.
So that is
So
6
total
total he
6.
takes.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, superficial, so it's half, so he takes 3.
Mm-hmm.
You're pretty sure it's a couple of licks. You get him good across the face. You come up, you're pretty sure you feel one of his ribs give.
That's all I want.
Despite him being a vampire, you just hear air kind of out.
But he's a vampire, so he can do that for like 20 minutes.
Right in the giblets.
Well, he doesn't really knock his
not.
breath out like it would with a human, but
It's a nos, it's a squeaky noise.
Rat?
And just, and then just because I don't know who else, I'm focused on this guy, so I don't know who around me still has like guns or whatever, I'm just gonna activate Daunt.
okay. And what does Dot do? Just briefly.
It makes them harder to hit, or it makes them like think twice about like going after me.
Okay, it's kind of an intimidation thing. Gotcha.
I have it there.
It's an anti-provoke. Or a, reverse provoke.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want you to attack me. Just know that I'm going to kill you if you try.
I figure that's easy enough to do after hitting someone.
All
That's
right.
just straight malice of come at me.
Hmm.
I don't want you to hit me, but know if you do, it'll hurt every second that I'm hitting you back.
All right, Alexander, what would you like to do?
That's the problem. I don't really know. I mean, to be 100% fair, so far everybody's doing great in the fight. And that's not.
I could stay at home.
No, Alexander. Once he laid everything out, he knew that if anybody, like even if he didn't show up, he knew that Grandmother Dorcas, if anything didn't happen to her, she's probably going to have his head.
And maybe other parts of his anatomy, who knows? Anything she thinks he would miss.
Hmm.
Yeah, probably. So, right now, to keep the element of surprise to his favor, he's gonna keep scouring the battlefield, mainly to keep an eye on Dorcas with the prince. I know Grandmother Dorcas, you said earlier, had like gone off to the cliff, so visually.
Yeah,
she
visually
can't
you
be
don't
seen.
see her. The prince was obfuscated, so you haven't seen him yet. You don't actually know that he's running around.
Hmm.
I mean,
Yeah,
you know he's going to be in the area because that was
He
the
knows
plan.
he's in the area, but right now he's kind of like the other Nos from earlier panicking. He's kind of in that mode of, I want to fight back and help my friends, but at the same time, this is fighting my clan. I am very conflicted on what I should do.
So it makes sense that you're not doing anything right now.
I mean, he is standing there with a crossbow with a stake, ready to fire, but at the same time, he's just like, don't pull yet, don't pull the trigger yet. So, right now,
Wait for Dorcas.
he's having a very bad, conflicting problem.
That's fair.
It's like Call of Duty. Wait for Dorcas to peek.
Yeah.
Pew!
Just
So, anywho, all right, so you're basically still on Overwatch, so to speak.
Pretty much I'm on Overwatch at this point. Just like waiting for something bad to happen to where I need to intervene.
All right. Scylla and Charybdis are still brawling with theirs. Scylla's goes down. She actually catches him in the leg with a wing and like breaks that leg, which causes him to drop.
Oh,
Just snap.
oh, Jesus.
Well, you know, just a goose can break somebody's bones with its wing if it catches somebody right. Now imagine that on a, super strong human-sized something.
I'm just picturing the gargoyles as giant geese.
Just smack them.
They get mad, they flare their wings out and just kind of run at you. Alright, so that one goes down, and you see her basically grabbing him by the head like she's probably about to snap his neck or something.
Nice.
And Charybdis and his, or Charybdis and the one he's fighting are. You can tell Charybdis has got the better end of the deal, but the other guy still got some fight in him. All of you can hear the vehicles coming up the dirt road now. They'll be arriving next round.
We're fine, guys. We're fine.
And then it is the novices. We gonna start with I think Leatherface.
Which one?
Fire Leatherface.
Yes, the guy that's wearing leather over his face. The one you're brawling just got like a bank robber ski mask kind of thing on.
A baklava.
A buckler.
Like the actual confectionery good.
Where was I going before y'all distracted me? Okay. So Leatherface is on fire. But that doesn't seem to be bothering him as much as his intended target getting away from him. He doesn't stop to pat himself out.
Oh God, what a badass!
He just turns, runs 2 or 3 steps, and leaps up into the air at Jolene. This time just barehanded, because, somebody broke his favorite toy.
About to say, question then. Does he have to make that frenzy check for still being on fire?
Well, he's jumping really fast. Maybe the wind's putting the fire. Yes, he has to make that frenzy check.
That's not how fire works.
Light a match, and then whip it to the side real quick and see if that ain't exactly how it works. Now, if you put gasoline on the match and did it, I don't know.
Accelerant plus accelerant plus fire?
What was his... Oh, yeah. He got plenty of dice to roll. Alright, with 5 successes, he is not phased by being on fire. I mean, he still takes damage for being on fire, but he's not phased. And Jolene, he is coming for you.
Alright, it was the athletics dexterity roll again?
Yes.
How high?
Oh, higher than I am. How much can you move in a turn, like feet-wise, roughly? Give or take.
It's narrative discretion, I believe.
I mean, her flight speed is the same as whatever her running speed would be. She doesn't have celerity or anything.
Mm-hmm.
So you're probably 15 feet in the air, 10, 15 feet in the air. Because you did try to grab the gun, which would have slowed you down and stuff.
I did get greedy.
Now pay for it.
Pretty much.
Sure are you, kid?
Oh, only 110.
Oh, all my dice succeeded at least.
Well, that's good. 2 of his didn't. So he got 5.
Uh-huh.
Okay, so that's 3 damage from that, plus his potence. So that is 5 damage. Yes, 5 damage halved. Round in the favor of the player. So that's 2. See?
It was 2s all along.
Oh, wait, but he's also on fire. But I already described the fire as being kind of here, and he's punching you with these, so,
Please don't.
But, he gets a good solid thwop on you and then lands.
Does he land on top of the lady I was trying to steal the gun from?
No, I'm figuring that you're either kind of directly above her, so he would arc over. Let's see. That guy's down because Maeve did a number.
The eggshells are kind of like on the floor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Alright, so we've got the one punching Blackjack.
Uh-huh.
Alright, so... His brawl. Alright, give me a strength brawl.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, I dropped a dice, but landed on 10. Can I keep it?
No.
Mm-mm.
Alright, fine.
Oh. You got your wish, buddy.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Oh.
That's a savage critical.
Alright, so... He got 2 10s, not counting the one I had on the floor. So that's 4. Then he got 3 8s. So that's 7 and a 6, which makes it 8. He had 8 successes.
Cool. I have 6?
5.
5, sorry.
It was... Oh, no. Yeah. It was only the 2 10s, so yeah.
Yeah. I don't think that does anything in defending, does it?
I can't think of anything good that it would do.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wait, no, I can. Never mind. Because the Bruja have that little flaw to them.
Yeah.
Can you throw that up in the chat window there? Like you can the powers, or is that not something Roll20
cannot.
does? Okay,
All
don't worry about it.
difficulties to resist frenzy are increased by 2 to a maximum of 10.
So I'm going to make you make a frenzy check,
Sure.
and this is this is a rage anger one, not a fear one, of course, because the Bruja things are not affect.
Man,
Fears.
I really wish I took that one thing, the one in Golconda where I could just willingly frenzy. But I'll just
So I'm going to say physical provocation or harassment.
Mm-hmm.
What's your hunger currently?
My hunger is 1.
Okay,
I
so
think
that's not
it's
enough to
both.
factor into anything.
Uh-huh.
So it would be a difficulty 2 plus the Bruja. What was it? A plus 2
So it'd
for
be 4.
So yes, difficulty 4,
5.
and you are rolling your willpower. Is it your willpower and a third of your humanity? Is that it?
Willpower and humanity. Is it third of humanity?
I believe it's only a third of your humanity.
Alright, well, keeping that there then. Haha!
Okay, that looks like a 3 from here. Nope, 2 10s.
2 10s.
Yeah.
All right, you
Five
do not
successes.
frenzy. That anger builds up in you, but you are in control.
I've got anger for you.
And then I said he rolled an 8, so he beat you by 3, so that's 3. He has a
Sure.
potence of 3, so that is 6 damage halved. You take 3.
And then 14.
Oh, right, and fortitude.
He has to roll pretty high to hit me. Actually do damage. Or he has to beat me by a significant enough margin. Or do aggravated
That's the
damage, I guess.
trick. He had 8 successes there. If you'd rolled, 2 or 3, then,
If I didn't crit.
Yeah, truthfully. Alright, let's start. So Leatherface is gone, he has gone. And that's about all we've got.
We've got the prince and we've got
Colin and Shotgun Lady.
we got Colin, we've got Shotgun Lady.
Oh,
we've got,
that's right. That's
The
right.
prince.
The
because
prince.
we don't know
and
what
we
happens
have,
to the prince.
Dorcas.
And the prince is out of sight, even for Samuel. You're right. Shotgun Lady just turns around and bolts. She is not a fighter. She has no, she dropped her gun. The arm she uses to shoot is just sitting there, just flopping. She is literally running away crying.
1v1.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no, we made her cry. Damn.
She broke a wing. Of course she's crying running.
Like, yeah.
So yeah, the second she gets to a patch of shadow or some stones over to the side, yeah, she's out of sight.
Was it this round or the next round the vehicles arrive?
This next round coming up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they'll arrive at the beginning of the next round. Alright, so that was Leatherface. So yeah, that does it. Third round starting up. The vehicles are pulling up. People are starting to, they pull up and slam on their brakes as they kind of get to y'all. Alexander, where exactly are you standing? Just out of curiosity.
He's not in the middle of the road.
Oh God, no!
All right, you're over to one side. You're fine then.
No,
I
it would be.
didn't see anything.
It's a Nos. I thought it was one of them.
Sheriff, we hit a NOS. Ours or theirs? I think it's ours.
No, he's not. He's not standing out anywhere blatantly obvious. He has to taken some kind of good cover.
It's like behind the rock or something.
Behind a rock or a pile of dirt, whatever's available.
So the sheriff, the Banu Hakim, the Bruja deputies.
Damn.
Well, it was everybody that was waiting in the.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Squad's all here. I didn't know the Banu Hakim were here, actually.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Samuel called him in.
Samuel contracted them, yeah.
Okay.
He did with a good few vials of werewolf blood.
Mm-hmm. We have
The contract.
23 of them, so
The contract was paid in full.
yeah.
Look at this little jerk right here.
It's still a adorable fuzzball.
No.
Ah, yes.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so they're all pulling up. They won't really be able to act until next round, but they're here. They're piling out of the cars.
Woo!
Let's see. This is the third round. So who wants to kick it off?
Okay, so Leatherface is trying to hit my daughter.
Has been trying repeatedly. Yes.
Methinks I need to hit Leatherface.
Let him up.
Woo!
Oh, boy.
Oh, that's
That's
That
3
was it.
10s.
Yeah, one of them is a hunger one.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna burn a willpower to. Oh shit! No, that's 2 10s on the top one though. I'd have to reroll both.
You could re-roll both of those 10s though.
I mean, you
And
can
if not-
reroll
as long as
the
they didn't come
hunger
back
one
up
and be
10.
fine.
You'd be fine.
You can't reroll hunger die.
Oh, you
No,
can. That's
no.
right.
Can't re-roll the hunger die, but he can re-roll the other 2 10s to try to
and
get
hope
something
that
lower.
they come.
Yeah, I'll reroll those 2
Successes.
10s.
How'd that work out for you?
Yeah,
So about those 10s you wanted,
yeah.
they're here.
They show up at the wrong time. Like all of us have rolled 10s like the last.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mhm.
are we gonna go with the top one or just go with the new roll?
No, you could go with the re-roll.
Yeah,
So it's
the
one less
reroll.
success than it would have been.
Mm-hmm.
So 7 successes.
2 less actually, because there was 3 10s in there.
Well, there's still 2 10s. Oh, you're
Yeah.
right. You're right. You're right. I wasn't counting one of them 10s as a double.
Fortunately for me, he's not on Jolene.
No, he is not.
However, this won't be pretty.
Mm-mm.
It's not going to be pretty for anybody.
So how terrifying is your Tremere?
Yes.
Ours
We've
goes
been
to
saying
ours
that
goes to
from the
11.
beginning.
Yeah.
All right, so Dex and Athletics. Unfortunately, while hitting is one of his things, not getting hit is not as much of a thing. Ooh,
Did he crit?
he did. Ooh, and both 10s are on his hunger dice. Fascinating. One. So that's 5 total successes,
Uh-huh.
and you had done.
Versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
All right, so that's 2. You got 2 extra successes. That's 2 aggravated he
Yeah.
takes.
3 with the critical bonus from Lure of Flames.
Ah. All right. So 3 more ag. So that's 5 ag total he's taken plus 4 superficial.
Mm-hmm.
What's this smell, kids? Smells like chaos.
Or burning hair. We're not sure.
So what the rest of you see is Samuel kind of goes. The thing screams, turns around, and then at full speed is just sort of running towards Samuel.
Oh shit!
Samuel is making no attempt to get out of the way, seems to be growling himself, and it's just keeping laying the flame on.
How far is Samuel from Jolene?
He's back around kind of where Blackjack is, so kind of on the opposite side of the fight.
Oh Jesus, he's coming towards me. Fuck this.
Could Jolene theoretically make it to him on a move? If she's like laying all of it into movement.
Sure, this guy does. To
Samuel.
To Samuel?
She's not gonna go like diving into Captain Flame.
I mean, what Blackjack could do if he notices push his person he's fighting into the other Nosferatu.
Give me a Dex Athletics to see if you can beat Leatherface. Because y'all are both normal people speeds. To see if you can get to Samuel before Leatherface gets to Samuel.
Oh boy.
Good luck.
I'll say, I shouldn't have rerolled.
You really shouldn't have. You might have killed him if you didn't.
Alright.
1.
Fair.
He also only has 1 success. Ties go to the player.
Oh, hey! Okay, remember that part where she could pick up people and fly? She's gonna try and do that.
Okay.
I feel like
Just yoink.
Alright, how do you do that to someone who is resisting?
I was gonna say-
So Samuel is snapping and going off with his feral whatever it is.
He's going all like Mustang on.
I mean, he's not going to hurt you particularly.
Yeah, but he's not going willingly.
But, he's burning with that one. He's kind of swatting you away with the other one.
Alchemist strength plus alchemy versus the other strength and athletics.
oh,
I think
Oh, yeah, strength. That's Samuel's strong suit.
that's definitely Samuel's bag.
Would be.
Let's say this would be me resisting, so.
Mm-hmm.
Ready to roll?
I'm just setting up a thing for it, yeah.
Okay. 3, 2, never mind.
She
Oh,
wins
jeez.
automatically.
No, she wins by 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. She wins.
Still a win.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So he goes to swat you away, and you're like, oh, that'll work. And just grabs the arm and yank.
Pretty much, just like, no.
Your feet are just up out of his reach as Leatherface gets there and swipes at you. Fully on flame, he rears back and screams at you. But the fire has finally done enough damage that he just crumples to the ground. And starts ashing away.
As he
He's
crumples,
dead.
Samuel, like, fangs full visible, as he falls.
Jolene swinging around the angry pinata.
That's that's Tremere for "I'll see you in hell."
Yeah.
But you're not in a full frenzy. Seeing this guy dead, you start to calm down enough that next round you'll be fine. You're not in like a full blown frenzy.
You're finally cognizant that you're like 10 feet in the air.
You're calm down enough to realize, okay, that was not strategically necessarily the best move I could have made.
Yeah.
My bad.
She is run off. He is now dead.
Busted what?
Alright, who has not gone? Maeve. Unless you want to chase after one of the runners, there is only the guy or Blackjack is boxing with.
And does
The
it look like
second Maeve gets
Blackjack's
near
doing
the
any
second-
good?
I mean, he's not.
This guy's not
racing.
hurt. This guy's not hurt me at all.
He's not.
Okay.
Blackjack looks fine. This dude looks like he's, this guy, is favoring one side a little bit. I mean, they're fist fighting, so it's not like there's a lot of blood or anything, but you're pretty sure Blackjack's, is definitely coming out on top so far.
At any
Okay.
point that Maeve makes any kind of like movement towards it, Blackjack just turns with his daunt and is like,
Well, Maeve's gonna look up top where Grandmother Dorcas is.
What?
All right, like I said, she stepped out of view,
Was.
so you don't know. You
And
can look
see if
around, you can find kind of a
anybody's
path.
around up there.
Question: at mine and Jolene's height, can we see up there?
No,
Since
it
we're
was
like
a good.
10,
It was a
15
good.
feet up.
She's 10 or 15 feet up. This kind of shelf, for lack of a better word, is probably 20 or 30.
Okay.
It certainly would not take Jolene long to get over there if she wanted to head that way, but
Mm-hmm.
It's just a drone service now.
I'll say yeah. Let's. I'll think about that. Sorry, Maeve. Yet, once he calms down, Samuel will tell Jolene to get higher, so he can see the cliff.
All right. So what is Maeve doing? Blackjack's warning her off of his guy.
I mean, she'll head to the top where she knew Grandmother Dorcas was.
Okay. Give me either a strength athletics or a dex athletics. +2 for having your claws. They will help you climb.
Oh boy. That's
Now
7.
we're getting all
Seven.
the time.
7 successes.
Guys, I summoned the tens.
Behold! 10.
So yeah, you run and you just kind of Spider-Man up the side. You know, it's stony, but the claws help you get a grip.
Mm-hmm.
You get up on top. You don't see anybody right away, but you see like some footprints in the dust.
You're
Fingerprints in the
wrong.
dust.
Grandmother Dorcas is trying to throw us off by walking on her hands.
She's gonna look to see if she sees Grandmother Dorcas or the prince up there, like around there somewhere.
If you start following the tracks, eventually you see wolf tracks that seem to meet up with them.
Mm.
But, you know, they've had a few rounds to be running, so.
How dark is it out there? As I'm getting further away from the battle.
It's fairly dark. Moon is out, so you can see a little bit.
Alright, I'm gonna,
You know, with all the kind of limestone and a lot of the dust and stuff is kind of a light gray. Light gray.
mhm.
So a lot of the moonlight's reflecting off. You can actually see, you can see kind of the path pretty well.
Okay. Because I was gonna activate Eyes of the Beast, just so it's easier to see in the dark. And she's just gonna kind of follow that. Try not to make too much noise,
Okay.
to not get into the crossfire if they're fighting.
Alexander.
Well, I'm not going to sit on Overwatch. At this point, he's probably going to start notice or look around and see Samuel and Jolene, and probably see that motion of him pointing up. So he's figuring, okay, he wants higher elevation. At this point, he's actually going to stay in stealth and kind of weave along the ground as best he can to kind of be secretive support fire if need be.
Okay. So you see Samuel kind of motioning to Jolene where he wants her to go. You'd of course see Maeve scaling the wall, getting up there. So you start kind of moving that general direction.
Oh yeah. Stay off, you skater. Just kind of hustling with that crossbow in hand.
To make
Uh,
What was that, Deca?
One more time, bud.
No, I'm talking to the dog.
Oh, okay.
so what is Blackjack doing this round?
Still fighting. What do you mean? What is he doing?
It just seemed polite to ask. You might try to do. You might talk to
I
him. I don't know.
understand. Oh, he's talking to him. He's like, you know, you want trying to murder one of my coterie members? Might be a good fight. You just gotta be an asshole.
I was told he was dangerous.
Yeah. How's that working out for y'all?
Truth in advertising?
Aw, here we go again.
Damn.
We're summoning the tens, but we need them to just be all together.
I mean, you can try to re-roll that one dice.
I'll let it rock. It's fine.
All right.
Okay.
He got 4.
Big angry.
7.
All right, so you beat him by 3.
Plus 3.
So that's 6. Halved is 3. So you go in, you kind of fint, and you just kind of rear back. And you catch him right up under the chin with so much force that you hear the neck snap.
Oof.
And I mean, he just dropped like you poleaxed him. Pow! And then, to everyone around you's horror, you kind of drop to your knees, kind of on his chest, and just start slowly turning him into a pulp.
Creating the werewolf, got it.
Maeve Collin is basically right behind you. Scylla snaps that one guy's neck and moves over to help Charybdis. They finish off theirs. The sheriff and his deputies come running up. Two of the deputies glance at the sheriff and he gestures towards Blackjack. And they both run forward and each one grabs one of Blackjack's arms. And and they start telling you, rein it in, man, rein it in. You whip that ass, calm down. They're Bruja. They know what this is. Okay. And you struggle a little bit, but it's it's two of them. They're both strong, so
yeah. I'm. At
you
some
have
point,
blood and
like,
gore just on your hands.
Yeah, it's just like.
Your opponent is very clearly in torpor at this point.
But not dead.
No, not final death. If they hadn't pulled you off, you might have kept going until it became,
Yeah. That's why he's like. At some point, he's like.
If you actually severed the head.
Maybe. He's like, he's being held back. He's like, appreciate it, boys.
All right. One of them's like, all right, you good?
Yeah, good.
All right. They pat you on the shoulder. One of them pat you on the shoulder and let you go.
No.
Like I said, they're Bruja. They know how the battle rage is.
Yeah. It's like we good? Yeah. Bam.
Oh, you remember that? It was a scene in Braveheart where the kind of really big dude, but he was kind of older. He takes the arrow. It's like his two sons are arguing over who has to pull the arrow out.
Oh, jeez.
Because the one that pulls the arrow out, that guy gets up and just clocks him.
Now who's dating themselves?
Dude, that movie's on some cable station almost every day.
Yeah. It's not wrong there.
I mean, Braveheart was a good movie.
Yeah, it was.
It is.
It was just an old movie.
Oh, yeah.
If you want old, just talk about John Wayne classics.
I've seen several of those just because my dad was a big John Wayne fan.
Oh no, my grandfather was, and so was my mother.
It's still hilarious to see him like go out of frame here and appear in frame.
Yeah.
Well, see, for me, he is below you.
See, goes again.
So, Jolene, do you fly me up there so I can see above the cliff?
Yeah, she'll fly over there the whole time. Like, what the fuck were you getting out of the way?
His focusing his attention out there with his heightened senses and the.
He's just totally.
Just ignore you. Fly me that
She's
way.
like holding him by the arm, but like reaches, like kicks him in the back of the head with a foot.
Up there, you see Colin and Maeve. Give me a awareness. Let me make sure I'm using the right terminology here.
Wits awareness?
Wits awareness, yes.
Gotcha. Hold on. Five successes.
That is
12
definitely
dice.
enough. And way up ahead of him, you see the prince, no longer in wolf form.
Mm-hmm.
And he is standing. For all the world, it looks like he's in deep thought.
Mm-hmm.
There's several large stones, like 8-9 foot, big monstrosities.
Yeah.
And so with your hand senses, you can see that he's a little scuffed up. So clearly, him and Dorcas exchanged some, or him and somebody have exchanged some blows. You don't see any bodies laying around though.
Mm-hmm.
And he's standing there basically when Colin and Maeve eventually catch up with him. And if y'all are moving that direction, y'all get there fairly quickly.
Yeah. I think we'd all head that way. Samuel called back, Blackjack, get up here!
Thank you for flying so good airline.
I'm just picturing Blackjack having a hard time climbing up there because he's got goo on his hands.
Willie would probably drop Samuel off. I'll just go and
Pats her on the head as she flies off.
I'll go pick him up and.
But
He's just like this the whole time.
but Alexander,
Like
if you
dangling,
go to catch up with him, you can manage to get up there pretty quickly. The sheriff and the deputies are securing the scene down below.
Samuel would leave Bruce and Anya to their devices if they want to secure the scene or hop up and follow, since he did contract them.
They'll find a way up.
Okay.
They are technically contracted to protect you.
Alrighty.
Well, you and the coterie. I'm sure you include the coterie in that as well. But
Yeah.
Did he?
I mean, they're members of the city, so there's some
Mm-hmm.
some involvement kind of period.
Yeah.
But you are the one they're most concerned with, since I think you paid half up front. So they want you still alive to pay the rest of it.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, you eventually all get up where the prince is at.
Yeah.
Between those two rocks, it kind of half conceals. I'm going to say a cave. It may or may not be natural. That leads back, into the side of the mountain that the quarry is.
Mm-hmm.
The prince does not look happy when you get there. She managed to slip away. She went down in there. Finally, he just shakes his head and kind of turns around, kind of away from it, and starts walking back from the way he came. Goes
Does he say
the
anything? It's just like the depressed walk off, like he knows what we're gonna do.
no. He looks more frustrated, but as he's passing you, Blackjack, you hear him muttering something about the wise mongoose doesn't chase the cobra into its den.
Insightful, actually.
Do what now?
Whatever that means. I'm like, that's awful insightful. Whatever that means.
He's like Ricky Tikki Tavi.
Ah, I read that. A while back.
Actually, how old is that story? He was about to say something else about it, but that story may not be old enough.
Well, it's an old folk legend, isn't it?
I think it was something.
1894.
Okay. Google fast fingers.
Oh, well, in the 1894 anthology, but yeah.
Okay.
So it's more like I read that in school. Huh? How do I remember that?
Well, he was like 10 during the Civil War, which was up a little bit before that, but yeah, he makes a comment that he and his sister liked it when they were children. And as much as he hates it, though, that bit of wisdom is probably applicable right now.
So do we just, I don't know, stay here, wait for her to pop out? It's got to come out at some point, right?
Well, first we're going to go question any survivors we have down there. But once we can get them roused.
Sure.
I'll put some guards on this here. But more than likely this cavern connects to the Warrens. Either the natural cave system or down into the sewer system. Probably the natural cave system here. So she's probably a halfway back to her whatever her home base is at the moment. And since I didn't recognize any of the Nosferatu with her, other than her whip.
They all had masks.
No, only 2 of them did.
Oh, I thought more of them did.
Nope, just them 2.
Okay. Never mind then.
But he's like, I didn't recognize any of them, so there's no way to know how many more she may have.
He's like, dusts himself off like, it's a honor to fight alongside you again, Prince. Question mark.
You and your coterie did quite well. He actually directs that more at Samuel because he looks at the coterie as being Samuel's. But
Thank you, my prince.
and then he locks eyes with Jolene. The 2 of us are going to need to have a talk once I've sorted through some of this.
Of course.
I was left with the impression that your thin blood alchemy was useful but not all that impressive.
I've been doing a lot of studying.
You'll tell me all about that.
Indeed, I will.
And then you make your way back down.
Samuel's gonna keep an eye out for any Nos that might have obfuscated and kind of stayed behind, or if any or did they just completely run?
You don't see any of the ones that ran off. You don't see them. You don't see any of them coming back.
Mm-hmm.
Now, let's see. There's really kind of the one main entrance or exit.
Mm-hmm.
Though they got up on the top, they could just go down the side of the mountain. But any of them would be obfuscated, and if you got direct line of sight on them, you could see them, but there really isn't anybody else here that could.
That's why he's head on a swivel, keeping an eye out.
I'll go ahead and give me a wits awareness.
Okay.
Oh god.
12 dice, you get 2 successes.
Uh-huh.
That feels on brand.
But I rolled 9 dice and only got 2 successes, so I know that I feel his pain. And of course, ties go to the player.
Mm-hmm.
The woman with the broken arm or shoulder blade, all this area is just all effed up and kind of hanging kind of funny.
Mm-hmm.
From a high vantage point, and really only because of the height you're at the time, and your heightened senses,
Yeah.
you do spot her where she kind of circled around that lake and is back on this little dirt road area here.
Is she...
So it's like the next level down from where the fight took place.
Okay.
And she's kind of, walking at a decent little clip. Not a full run, she's trying to be quiet, but she's obviously trying to make for the exit.
Are Sola or Charybdis nearby?
Y'all have gotten back down to the or you probably spot that before you get down. But they're down there where the fight was, helping secure the torpor Nosses.
Look him down. It's like, how fast can you two fly?
Yeah, faster than your ginger.
Fair. I spotted one limping away. I can reveal her for you if you'd like to go after her.
Both of them look at each other and do a real quick. They throw chops real quick. Charybdis does a little fist pump. Hang on, Doc, and he just steps up behind you, and just from behind you, grabs you kind of up under the shoulders.
Right. Lifts him up. He'll look down. Does he still see her limping off with his?
Yes.
Since the unseen.
Rather than trying to take off directly from the ground, though, he takes you over to the ledge, and the two of you just kind of drop off the edge, and he catches the wind.
Okay. And then Samuel, as they get closer, he'll just right in front of her with the fire to reveal her.
All right, she gets enough successes that she doesn't freak out uncontrollably. She does freak out.
Mm-hmm.
She screams, her obfuscation's down, and, she kind of circles around the fire and is taking off at full speed. But
drop me. Go get her.
No hesitation. And you drop a good 15, 20 feet to the ground.
Vampire, he's fine.
Yeah. Having that damage, it's nothing to worry about.
Mm-hmm.
Superior landing.
No, he'd do what I learned at Fort Benning with paratroopers. You roll and you tuck in and roll to absorb the damage, to absorb the fall. So that's what he's going to do. Because Army trained. He is.
Like vampires worry about their knees and ankles.
For him, it's still kind of...
It's routine.
Yeah.
Anyway, so you tuck and roll. You come up in time to see Charybdis just plow into her. She just kind of face plants in the ground. He drags her for a little bit before he comes to a stop. Just from the force of the impact, not him being intentionally cruel.
You having fun over there?
Beats guard duty.
Fair enough.
She's flailing around with that one hand, and he just kind of gets a good grip on back of her neck. Kind of grabs the good arm and folds it back behind her and just lifts her up off the ground.
You're new to this, aren't you? Is he speaking to the Nos, not Charybdis?
Please don't hurt me anymore.
Well, then I would suggest you answer every question truthfully and honestly when we get back up there.
She nods her head vigorously.
Well, shall we?
Charybdis is like, you'll have to hoof it, Doc. I can't carry you both.
Oh, it's fine. He will hoof it.
And he takes off, and it's holding the extra weight and taking off just from the ground. It's a little awkward, but he finally gets enough, enough thrust to get up.
Yeah, and Samuel will hoof it, making sure his senses are on a swivel, so and all that.
When you get up there, they've got the back of one of the SUVs open, and they're just stacking bodies in there like cordwood.
Good grief.
Holy shit.
They pause long enough to add stakes to a few of them. Blackjack's opponent, they don't bother. He ain't waking up for a while, so. A couple of the deputies have taken these big kind of snow shovel looking things and are getting the kind of grit and gravel on the ground and are kind of covering up any kind of bloody spots or misses, burn marks,
Piles of ashes.
Blackjack, in the midst of the chaos, will take the shotgun.
Oh, no problem. It's not something the
Yeah, no.
deputies of the Prince are particularly worried about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's gonna just sling it over his shoulder or something.
I'd say Samuel would actually grab, like, if they have one of those spare giant shovels, he'll grab one and he'll help. Since he did contribute to, gasoline detonation and a lot of fire. Yeah.
The ashes of Leatherface they sweep up.
Is it particularly windy tonight?
There's a
It's
slight
hard to feel
breeze,
it.
but you're kind of, the quarry's kind of going deep, so
Yeah.
you kind of shielded on both sides.
Gotcha. It's almost like it's like a bowl.
Yeah, kind of. A little more open on one end, but
Yeah.
It's like a shitty bowl. Got it.
so they do the rough cleanup, and they scout around to see if they can find anybody else, but you don't spot any of the rest of the Nazis that got away. So you've got several prisoners that the prince would be able to rouse at some point to question if he so desires, or you just leave him out in the sun. But you've got the one conscious one.
Mm-hmm. My prince, we have a live one. Or conscious. At any rate.
Excellent. He looks over. I do not know you. Why are you in my city? And the woman starts stammering about Grandmother Dorcas, and you realize. Let me go check on something. As she starts talking about what happened, you realize she has literally been a kindred for about 5 days.
Jeez.
Oh, man.
Oof. Eileen visibly goes, "Oh God."
So she has no idea what the prince means when he goes, "My city." All she knows is what happened to her. She was she's a stage actress. Not big name. I mean, like local theater.
Mm-hmm.
So she's worked at the Princess down in Decatur. I forget what the name of some of the little community theaters are in Huntsville, but the sheriff comments that or tells the prince he'll ask them the toreador if they've heard of her, since they're the most likely kindred to keep up with community theater. But from what they can pick up from her in a brief conversation here in the quarry before everybody bugs out, best she can tell, about half of those guys that you just fought were like her. They've just recently been snatched and turned.
Is the guy I beat the shit out of at least experienced?
She's not sure. He was around when she was brought in, so.
Mm-hmm. At least a week.
How pissed off does the prince look, or at all pissed off?
I'll say that's a lot of embraces without his consent.
Yeah.
That's a
Are
lot.
we getting heat waves coming off the prince? Back off. Regardless, Julian is floating backwards away from.
He's very quiet. Not that he's a chatterbox at the best of times.
But you can see that visible, just straight-faced, I'm not really in the humor for anything right now.
Mm-hmm.
Something along those lines.
We will question you further once we are safely away from here.
I'll be right back.
Continue to cooperate and be truthful in all things, and perhaps you'll have a chance at making making it through this without meeting final death.
What does that mean?
She looks slightly confused at the term, but you get the impression she probably at least catches his meaning. And they essentially handcuff her. It's these big, heavy-duty kind of cuffs. Think almost more of a medieval prison. You know, it's big metal cuffs with thick log chain. You know, as new as she is, it's probably overkill. You know, it would take, Blackjack might be able to snap these things, but I mean, Jolene probably could.
Okay.
At least until her potion wears off. Then she'd be lucky to be able to carry them.
I'd say Samuel just sitting here listening to that and watching them cartoons like, that sounds like a lot of embraces.
Clearly she's been creating an army. She must have been prepping for this to go badly. Not this particular incident, but
I'm about to say, because
that you would catch on.
Yes. But yeah, I was about to say, because she couldn't have created it that fast if she's 5 days old. Oh, just for attack Samuel.
How long ago was it that the chantry burned?
That was like 2 years ago or something.
2 years ago? Samuel leaned back. Well, she could have gotten started about 2 years ago. According to Alexander, that's when she found the journal and the remains of our old chantry.
That's possible. I have some people going over the journal. Oh, yeah, he goes, my wife is going over the journal as we speak.
Nobody can hear what Blackjack's thinking, but he's like...
I think you froze.
Nobody heard what... Yeah, I was like, nobody heard what you said.
I heard you either.
Good!
Nobody knows what Blackjack's thinking, but... and then you're quiet once you start moving again.
He goes, this is very Sabat her in his head.
Very Sabat.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. None of these guys seem like shovel heads, but whatever.
They're clunked over the head and embraced and said, have fun. Or given a general command.
But, so y'all load up. The scene is, like I said, the scene is muddied, so, nothing will stand out too much.
Professor Ray in this spot alone.
You all drive back to the ledges. The prisoners are taken into the prince's house. Blackjack, you got a pretty good idea of what part of the house they'll end up in.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
When they get back, Samuel, he's going to be keeping an eye for any Nos that are around on the ledges that are obfuscated.
Okay, give me a roll.
Okay, there you are.
Sweet merciful crap. Alright, so it's...
Damn.
Alright, so that's 7 successes, 3 of them are 10s. So that's really 10 successes. The Nos in question has rolled 2 successes. You spot one of the Nos one of the deputies is he's hiding in basically the shrubbery of one of the neighboring houses. You live in the area, so you know for sure that this particular house is kind that lived there.
Yeah.
And he's clearly relying mostly on his obfuscation, but he is kind of crouched down in the bushes. He's not,
Yeah. Who all is with Samuel right now? Like, did he ride back with anybody?
I'm kind of assuming all the SUVs pulled up to the house and everybody's unloading.
Okay. And he's in, like, the next house? Over?
Yes.
Okay, so...
It's like the prince's house is like at the end of the street,
Mm-hmm.
and then where the house is kind of curve out away from there, the next property over.
Okay.
Like he's watching the prince's front door, basically.
Alright. Arcella or Charybdis nearby?
Yes, as y'all pull up, they both land.
He'll sort of walk over to them and is like, house over to the left, front bushes. He's watching the house.
Another Nos.
Another Nos.
Let's see.
And by this point, because seeing Samuel's embers have worn off, so he can't just, like, with fire out here.
Also, you're in a neighborhood where not everybody is kindred. So
Yeah,
there's
that's
that.
true.
And
There's
it's
also that.
shrubbery.
And it's shrubbery.
Ah, yes, let's just catch a local bush on fire. The burning bush, brought to you by the Never mind.
Josh, I'm going to strangle you in December.
So anyway, Scylla and Charybdis walk into the house.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as soon as they step into the house, they step back out. But you're pretty sure only you can see them at that point, Samuel.
Mm-hmm.
And they slowly ease over. And I'm going to assume you told them about where the...
Yeah, he would have given exact specifics about where the Nos was hiding.
So they both kind of end up diving for that area. Scylla actually winds up, kind of landing on the Nos. All of their offuscates go down as this goes on.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a pretty brief struggle. This Nos is clearly a little bit strong, but there's two of them on him.
He's one of the deputies, so yeah.
And they wind up, but they wind up managing to pin him to the ground pretty good.
If the prince or the sheriff is outside, Samuel will just go like.
Well, they'd all been going
Down one.
inside.
Yeah.
So the two gargoyles wind up dragging the Nos into the house as quickly as they can because
Mm-hmm.
they're potentially exposed at this point.
Yep.
But it's 1 o'clock, 1:30 in the morning, so most everybody, most of the houses, the lights are out.
Yeah, Samuel will stay for just a minute longer with his still heightened senses just to make sure that the kind in that house didn't, like, hear it or get up or want to go investigate or something.
You don't hear any movement coming from that house.
Okay. He just wanted to make sure of that. And then he's
Yep.
going to look at the other houses real fast.
Doesn't look like anybody has noticed.
Okay. And then he'll go in the house. No, he'll stop at the door and is like, "Are we allowed in?" To the ghoul that's probably there. He doesn't want to just like barge in to the prince's house.
Yes, sir. I believe they're securing the guests, and we'll have a short debriefing.
Of course. I didn't want to just barge in, you understand.
I understand. But Blackjack
hell.
already has. So.
Well, I believe we've covered which one of the two of us has the better manners.
Indeed.
And then Samuel will walk in once he was given permission.
So once everything
That
is
does not
settled,
apply.
the prince gathers you all in the dining room. His little reading rooms just aren't quite big enough for this whole motley crew.
Yeah.
Thank you all for the parts you played. Admittedly, the Jones Valley Coterie did the bulk of the work, along with Scylla and Charybdis. It's regrettable that Grandmother Dorcas escaped, But this clearly confirms her treachery. And the number of newly embraced and unlawfully embraced clearly shows she was prepping for something larger. It is likely that Samuel's assassination was going to be a test run for some of these new recruits. I have no idea as of yet what her master plan may be. Perhaps she was getting ready to make an attempt to take over the city. Perhaps she's doing something in service to the creature that sleeps below us. We don't know how many of these new recruits she had. She clearly still has the entirety of her clan to call on, with the exception of Alexander and Gregory, the one Samuel spotted outside. I don't expect the new recruits to know anything truly useful, but they will be questioned thoroughly as I decide what to do with him. Gregory, on the other hand, we have hopes that he will have some useful information. I simply have to find a way to scare him worse than Grandmother Dorcas does.
If I may, my prince.
Of course, Samuel.
Perhaps some domination to compel him to speak the truth. I used the same thing on the Bali prisoner we found months back, when he was interrogated.
Blackjack's just like this.
Looking intently.
Yeah.
That would probably be the most expedient way to get information. But, let's see. And he goes around and he thanks the Banu Hakim for their part. While the backup was not strictly needed, as it turns out, it was always good to have it. He dismisses most of the deputies. Basically to run out and do patrol, run out and make sure nothing else is going on in the city, while they were distracted. Make sure your assassination was just a distraction.
Mm-hmm.
He doubts it was, as Grandmother Dorcas was there herself, but they're also going to search for any other members of the clan, though he expects they will all have gone to ground by this point. Alexander. He turns to you. I appreciate that you stayed loyal in the face of the rest of your clan's betrayal.
Yes, sir. I knew once that I told Samuel I essentially had chosen my side. As much as I feared Grandmother Dorcas essentially making one of my nights my final one, I still do not see a point in giving her full 100% due to the simple fact to which some things I did not fully agree with what she did.
Do you know any of what her plan might be?
Truthfully, my lord, I'm not 100% sure. Ever since I was able to secure that journal for Samuel, I haven't really been informed for much. I did what I could to at least keep her content and keep her from suspecting me from doing anything else. So therefore I mainly reported to her any small finding, something that might seem significant, but for the most part, I know nothing. If I knew anything, I would have loved to tell you.
The assassination was probably her testing you.
I fear that as well. Again, she did give me the obligation of I did not have to be the one to kill Samuel. all I had to do was convince him enough to go there and to see what
Well.
was there.
No doubt she'll realize your part in this. You have failed her test spectacularly.
Oh, that I'm very well upset.
Do the rest of your clan know where your haven is?
Unfortunately, the whip does.
If the whip knows, then everyone... Well, if the whip knows, then Dorcas knows. I trust that your coterie can find you somewhere else to stay until we have made the city secure.
Of that I hope so as well, sir.
You can stay at my farm.
Everybody knows where your farm is, Blackjack.
You say that right before the prince was about to say it. You see it. The rest of you see the prince open his mouth as Jolene starts talking. And he ends up just nodding with her.
Samuel just.
In truth, Blackjack, you might try sleeping somewhere else as well.
I mean, I recently moved after the debacle with Eddie, so no one really knows where mine is. And I got a room with blackout curtains and like boards behind them, so
The prince is like, I will leave y'all to sort that out. I simply wanted to make sure you were mindful of it.
Oh yes, sir. I was. Once everything was finished, I knew very well that I would not be able to return home safely tonight. At least without fear of somebody creeping in.
I will be calling a meeting at the Elysium here in the Ledges tomorrow night to let the city know, let the city as a whole know what is going on. I will declare a blood hunt on Grandmother Dorcas. She has violated far too many rules, or far too many traditions. Is there anything else he would want y'all to know? He expects you all to be there, obviously.
Of course. I will keep an eye out to make sure that none of her agents disrupt the Elysium.
I will inquire of the David, I believe that's the Malkavian primogen. I will also ask David if any of his people have a similar gift.
Of course.
They would not be the most reliable guard, so I will be appreciative of your help in this as well.
I have a vested interest in staying alive.
At that point, he kind of calls an end to the meeting.
Slowly backing away.
Nope. Samuel's grabbing all of you and pulling all of you together.
Oh, God.
Group hug!
Nope.
no.
Nope.
Everybody's like, Samuel, you're embarrassing us in front of the prince.
He's not hugging everybody. He's like grabbing them and like bringing them together in a huddle. Alexander, we need to know where your haven is. We're going to clean it out.
Of course, I'll happily show you the way.
If he needs a place to stay, since nobody knows where my haven is, I'm willing to take one of them in.
We can debate the merits of that later. I want to make sure there's nothing in Alexander's haven that the rest of his clan can use.
Okay.
And that might lead back to the clubhouse either.
So let's go.
What time is it?
By the time you finish talking at the prince's, it's probably about 3. By the time you get to Alexander's, it's probably getting close to 3:30.
That'll give us enough time, about 2 hours, give
Just
or
toss
take.
everything into the back of the vehicle.
Take
Well, you
out
know.
his secret weapon compartment.
You grab notes, you grab you grab his weapons, you grab any notes he's got, any hard drives,
Yeah.
anything else you can go back for later.
Yeah.
What about all the rats?
That would take
It's
some time to move.
It's okay. It's okay. That they have a feeding source. If they don't have food, remember they're rats. They can eat each other.
All right.
That's a bit more.
So y'all sit here and start planning, and I'll be right back.
Okay.
Ranger like opens the door. It's like, nice pantry.
Closes it back.
Oh, do be careful. Frederick is a bit of a fighter.
Oh no.
Good to
How?
know.
How can you tell with all of them?
I understand. I understand. Just, you know.
After a while, they all have their own unique characteristics. He points at one that looks like it's trying to play with a cat toy. I think he used to play with that one a little bit more than what he did now. But he's such a playful little scamp, aren't you?
Why do you have a possum in here?
And the big rat.
Sorry, I happened to catch him on a wild hunt.
Right.
Fair enough.
In the corner, hissing at everyone.
But yeah, no. He'd show Samuel and Blackjack and everybody just, here's all my stuff. Here's all the hard drives. Here's all the data. And he will get one special thumb drive, and he will hand it to Samuel. This is for you and you alone.
Very well.
And he'll point to the kind of walk down, show the armory. If there's anything you want to grab, get it now. That will be more useful than later.
I think we might want to just take the whole of it so that they can not have it.
Yeah, let's just put it all into the back of vehicles. And
Whether or not any of it's used is one thing, but it's better just to have it, and they don't have it.
My home is large enough that it can be stashed. The whole compartment really can be stashed there with no real issue.
Fantastic. And he will start just pulling shells and cases and just pretty much get everything sorted.
Okay. So, what we've decided, Jason, we pulled all the hard drives and everything, information related out. Alexander has given Samuel a thumb drive that has information that's his eyes only on it. And we are basically transferring his hidden armory points from his haven into hidden armory points into my haven.
for now.
More or less. Temporarily.
Okay.
And there's also an opossum in the corner.
There's also
There's also a possum.
There's also a
That's
possum.
That's hissing at all the rats.
However, I will state this. Now that he has given Samuel and everybody all the hard drives, everything useful off his computer, he'll kind of walk over to a little drawer, unlock it. You'll see him hold what looks like a giant square. Well, I didn't want to do this. He looks at the computer. I'm sorry, old girl, but just in case they can find anything on you, and he'll slap the magnet on the side of it.
Aww.
That's why you have backup hard drives, people, to save this information.
Mm-hmm.
But he is essentially destroying anything useful that he can't carry, and that his big old multi-screen computer and everything. He's just nope, too dangerous.
All
The
right.
monitors will be fine.
Yeah, the
Oh,
monitors.
monitors are fine, but the circuit boards are now fucked.
Depending on how big the computer was, we actually could have maybe smuggled that out too.
I was gonna say, is this the size of a
Is it an
fridge?
entire?
Is it a server?
I'm about to say, is it a server room? Is that what this is?
I mean, there's probably a few things that look like big old servers, so it's just yeah, no, I'm not carrying all this crap. The arsenal's is taking up enough time to get out of here as it is.
Alrighty.
When you can pull the hard drives and put everything on in a small handful of terabyte hard drives, it's just
Mm-hmm.
All right.
just plug and go.
So you get that cleaned out pretty quickly. At no point do you spot any other knots around. Do you take the Banu Hakim with you to Alexander's Haven?
Since we're basically destroying the Haven, effectively,
Mm-hmm.
he'd look at Alexander and so like, do you want them to come? Since we're basically clearing you out.
I mean, clearing this place out. I don't really care where they know where I used to live.
So yes, they're coming along.
And y'all are handling most of the actual moving stuff. They are literally kind of on watch while y'all are doing this.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Now, when you go and move him to somebody else's, haven, that's probably when you tell them to, split off and they end up heading back home.
He's not taking them to the New Haven,
Yeah.
but
They're in their own vehicle, so they can.
yeah.
And that, let's see. What was the nature of the contract? It was the event tonight.
And the next week.
That's right, the next week. In case things went badly, which in some ways they did, in that it's not resolved.
Yeah. So I've got another week of service out of them.
So if you wanted them to guard your house, they would come guard your house. Well, I mean, they can't really during the day, I guess, but
Yeah. He has people that watch it during the day.
well,
Like, that's why he
and the
has
Ledges in
multiple.
general has, it's pretty probably the most secure place in the city.
Yeah. But he does have those two like muscle ghouls that watch the home during the day.
Mhm.
And he also has like the heavy ward sequence and all of that around the house too.
Yeah. All right, so where's Blackjack staying? As the
It's
dawn
not
comes
far.
creeping up on you.
As the what?
I said, as the dawn is getting ever closer, where's Blackjack going to stay for the day?
That is his family home. He is staying there. He's gonna be underneath in like a basement area.
Well, that's usually where he sleeps, isn't it?
Usually that's where he sleeps, but he's staying there. He's a stubborn.
You're gonna get
And-
steak in your own house.
They're gonna try.
Then he dies
You'll-
doing what he loved, being in his house.
Yeah.
You realize they'll probably succeed. It's not gonna be like
Well, they gotta
them
find
coming
why.
to listen to someone during the day.
They gotta find who I am first. I'm not.
Everyone in this damn city knows where you live.
I'm not on this level. They don't know what the rest of it is.
They've
They're
got the whole
not.
damn day to find it.
They're not. You think they don't know the underground that good?
Not my.
All they gotta do is go around the floor and find like a hollow noise, I'm betting. Or a trap door cleverly hidden under a rug.
I'm sure it'll be okay.
Are you volunteering your haven?
It would be guarded.
And
And
Good-
nobody knows where it is.
huh?
Except me.
Well, yeah.
What are you saying, Jason?
Well, I was gonna say you could also shack it with some of the Thin Bloods. They've got a whole apartment building.
That's also true.
I mean, it's one of those like 4, apartment ones, but
Mm,
You can just take the penthouse suite. You can just stay on the top. It's fine.
stay on the very top suite. Yeah, sure. I guess I'll stay with the Thin Bloods. Just say.
Call Bree.
I'll just say a quick goodbye to Bethany, and the others.
they don't seem worried.
It's not like you're
course
going
not.
away forever, Blackjack. It'll be whenever this is resolved.
Might want to give your ghoul a call, too. Or at least a message that maybe you'll be not there? I don't know.
I'll do that. I'll just send a text like, "Hey,
Staying with a lady
buddy.
friend.
no. The last thing I need is for him to like turn on my GPS and be like, "I found you, you cheating bitch."
How happen if you're like a ghoul scorned?
Mm-hmm.
When bromances go bad.
No, he'll text and say, "Hey, I'm gonna be away on vacation for upwards to a week to however long until got some personal things going on." He's like rambling a little bit, but just keep doing what you're doing. I trust you 100% to do whatever you need to do, and if you need this message to be an affirmation for you, to look at in lieu of me, then let that be there. And just like a picture of me like this.
Well, thanks for trusting me, boss. I'll take good care of the farm, of course. Are you sure you're not in any trouble? If there's anything I can do to help,
I'm fine. However, I will say if there was some kind of no, I'm fine.
all right, then I'll see you in a week.
See you in a week.
Because listen, you have to feed ghouls once a month?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, then yeah, a week isn't even anything that would particularly worry you.
Yeah. I left a cup of my blood in the.
Yeah, you left a good cup, but out there in the fridge, huh?
Yeah.
All coagulated.
Now you could have been like, I left you some pink lemonade in the fridge. If you're thirsty, go have some.
Mhm.
There you go.
I might do that actually. Yeah.
Like I said, if it's only going to be a week, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah. Just in case,
Some cool chow.
Puppy chow for slow.
All right, so Blackjack's going to hang out with the Thin Bloods in their warded apartments.
I will have texted him. If you see anything like weird, just text me.
Thumbs up emoji.
Mhm. That's it.
And Alexander is staying with who?
Well, since 90% of my stuff probably will only fit in Samuel's place. Or however my square is in comparison to him.
It is actually to me. You guys are right next to each other.
So, he would have probably looked at Samuel. Well, you have all my research. You have all my guns. You have me. So, if you don't mind company, which I know you have plenty of, at least with your ghouls.
You can stay in one of the guest rooms.
Fantastic. If anything, I can at least benefit you on research.
All right. So the night, y'all get his stuff packed up. Everybody gets to where they're going to be staying.
Mm-hmm.
The sun rises. Everybody but Jolene pretty well has to, bed down at that point.
Yeah.
And Jolene had a busy night. She may very well.
She'll probably send a warning to Bree, like, don't let the Thin Bloods go too crazy.
I'm considering Blackjack's in the apartment with the Thin Bloods.
I think the message would be, don't let the folks go crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it would be something like that. Don't let the kids go too crazy.
Basically, she puts Blackjack in the hall closet.
Does he fit?
The chair against the door handle.
Oh, why is it now that I'm picturing Blackjack's like, I haven't stayed up late into the evening. It's like the sun's starting to rise. But I'm going to stay up all night long. Just parties with all the Thin Bloods.
Oh Jesus!
Just
Well,
blackout
it's just
curtains.
it's just her hall closet's like the darkest spot in the apartment.
Yeah.
She's a day drinker, so she doesn't necessarily bother with blackout curtains as a regular thing.
It's when you have a summer party, you stay up till like 6 a.m, and you're all just like laying next to each other asleep.
So, you all wake up.
You wake up the next morning. When y'all cleared Alexander's, did you take his rats, or were they low priority?
They were low priority.
Okay.
I might have taken the possum.
He
I don't
probably.
think bravery would allow you to have the possum.
You run a farm. You would not be fond of possums.
That's
They
true.
eat chicken eggs.
Yeah, it's true.
Scully, please stop.
Hey, I don't get any hungrier.
I'm good.
I do.
I'm hungry.
Same.
Okay.
I got
Maeve
fuel
will be
damage, too.
hunting. If we're finishing tonight, Maeve will be hunting next week. Ugh.
Well, thing is immediate Elysium the next night.
Mm-hmm.
This is immediate.
Uh huh.
Is it immediate as soon as we wake up?
Not as soon as you wake up. It was
Enough time
it's scheduled for like
shower.
12:30.
Okay. Enough for like a
Some
hunt
hunting
or
time.
two.
As you get up, Jolene, you get the usual. Everybody texts you, let you know they're okay.
Yeah.
Blackjack texts her here.
Check my... Did everyone else teach you this?
Yes.
Uh,
Damn it.
let's see. Alexander.
Yes, sir.
You wake up, and on your phone you got panicked messages from your ghouls. Somebody has broken into your house.
He.
And set
He
it on
starts-
fire.
Ooh.
Hmm.
Well, that's...
That's not what we did.
And they send you some pictures of the structure burning down.
He like he did the thing like, oh, I forgot to message them, crap, and then like after he sees the images, it's just like. Yeah,
So
that
you
was
probably ain't
nice.
getting those rats back. I'm just saying.
Oh.
So you've lost your herd.
R.I.P. Herd.
I guess you're gonna have to start a new herd then.
Yes, because Samuel's gonna let me start a herd of rats in the basement. Let me tell you.
Right next to his rare book collection.
No, you are not having a herd of rats.
Right next to his rare vintage.
And literally, like once this week is over, he's like, "You're getting out of my house now."
I mean, he accepts that fact. He's going to try his best to not, make you imitate gagging. Is that right? Yeah, imitate gagging.
Blackjack, when you wake up,
Oh boy.
you do the quick little here like everybody else. You have the little exchange with Jolene. Then you notice a message that you got earlier in the day.
Uh-huh.
From one of the Thin Bloods.
Sure. My farm on fire.
Well, yes.
Okay.
The house was set on fire. The barn was set on fire.
Mm-hmm.
The cows.
Your ghoul managed to get the cows out. The fire department managed to save the house. It's gonna, there's some fire damage, there's some smoke damage, there's going to be some water damage. They're already suspecting that it's arson. As all this was going on, somebody jumped your ghoul. So he is currently in the hospital. They beat on him pretty good. The Thin Blood in question said, he's stable. Hospital wouldn't really tell me anything beyond that. But one of the nurses did let me know he was stable.
Is he at the hospital that this one goes to?
No, he is in Huntsville Hospital.
Okay.
Not Crestwood Medical Center.
Okay.
Well, I say that, but Crestwood would be closer.
It'd be
would it?
much closer, yeah. Crestwood would absolutely.
Yeah,
be
never
closer.
mind. Yeah, he would be at Crestwood. That's just over the hill out of y'all's domain. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
But all that was basically going down when him and the other thin blood that worked for you were showing up. They showed up, and the fire department was already there, and medics were already. They were out checking out your ghoul where he was laid out in the pasture. So they had to talk to the police some, but they were employees just showing up.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't know what's going on. They ran a background check on your ghoul, and there's nothing major in his background.
He's just got some petty thievery and shit like that.
Yeah, it's all small time stuff. So I don't know that it'd be anything gang related, but
But it is gang related.
But anyway, so they they dealt with that. They the cows, of course, don't have a barn because the fire department concentrated on saving the house.
Sure.
So the cows lived out in the pasture, but it's not cold enough to be an issue or anything.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, y'all may be in July by now. Now that I think about it.
Yeah, we're in midsummer right now.
Yeah.
The blackness.
Void.
So so the cows are fine there,
Mm-hmm.
and they'll well, they're kind of asking for order, I mean, obviously they can still take care of the cows. They can still take care of the actual, crops or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
As long as you guys can continue to work. If you guys feel threatened, I won't hold it against you if you don't want to be here. I will also say, just once a day, just check up on Gargano. Make sure he's okay.
Gargano.
Is that the ghoul's name?
Yes.
Okay.
That's right. You named him a session or two ago. Oh yeah, they'll absolutely check on him. He was a pretty decent boss. Got a little bit of a stick up his butt, but nothing too bad.
He just wants to make sure he's doing right by me.
As far as not being around your farm, basically what y'all work out is they'll swing by and make sure the cow, swing by and take care of the cows.
Sure.
They're not going to spend all day working there.
That's fine. I have to rebuild it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
And I will.
Will you?
Of course.
Yes. If it has to happen after the campaign, I'm rebuilding it.
Let's go ahead and start playing the Red Dead Redemption house building zone.
All right.
Uh,
So coming in next week, because we're right at 9 now, so we'll go ahead and wrap.
okay.
We will start off next week with the Elysium.
Hunting and then
We'll make the quick hunting rolls if y'all need to at the beginning of the night. But pretty well get into the Elysium right away.
And informing the prince that, hey, several coterie members kind of were attacked during the day.
Oh, it wasn't just you guys, but that's just what y'all find out as soon as you wake up.
Oh, it wasn't just us.
So anyway, we'll have the Elysium. All these details will get set out,
Mm-hmm.
and then we're going to jump 2 months,
Ooh.
Interesting.
and we will cover that 2 month span next session, and find out how's life during wartime.
Life during wartime.
Yeah, because now we're in war.
that feels like a threat.
Dude, we're at war with an entire clan.
It's Nosferatu versus the city of Huntsville.
And potentially also the Bali getting in the middle of it.
Also, that
Oh,
whole
what's the chances of
Tremere
that?
thing.
What is the chances of that,
Really
Jason?
Andrew.
Oh yeah, that's another faction. Man, it's like you could get some complex political crap going on.
It's like it's vampire or something.
Hey, it's like we're playing World of Darkness.
Wait, and what's this in the distance? The woods? I hear howling.
Yeah, still some werewolves out there somewhere, right?
And the dragon. You keep forgetting the
And
dragon.
a dragon and some
That's
old
supposed
guys
to-
living under the city.
I mean,
Jason's
So anyway.
desperately trying to get us to leave.
like y'all should have gone to Decatur.
All Decatur's got a couple of anarchs. She'd been fine down there. No. But anyway.
Maeve's not gonna hear the end of it again now. This fight.
God.
And with
No,
the
you're
war,
not.
Maeve is gonna have Colin be like, "Okay, I need you to really move out and get away from this coterie before you die."
Let the man close the. Let the man close the show.
Yes, please.
No.
Anyway. I'm fairly certain my players had a good time. Just
Yeah.
on the reactions I've been watching. I certainly had fun running. I hope everybody watching has had fun. I hope you join us back here next Tuesday. But before next Tuesday, there's a Monster of the Week game scheduled for tomorrow. Run by V. Thursday is Maddie's Descendant Avernus, which is, of course, Dungeons & Dragons. More Dungeons & Dragons on Saturday with the Stolen Cities. More Dungeons & Dragons on Monday with the Escort. No, not the Escorts, the Troubleshooters. And then we'll be back on Tuesday. So, hope everybody has a good night. And we will see y'all later.